Right. Well, welcome in everybody to Final Fantasy XIV Online with Mr. Walker Lunara. You might be wondering why I'm streaming over here on YouTube instead of where I was, and that's just because I prefer YouTube's policies, um, and their care of their content creators. So I think I might make YouTube my main home for streaming and everything else. Um, But that's not what we're here for. What we're here for, now you know why I'm here. What we're here for is to get back into some main story questing with our White Mage Mistwalker, and we're going to head on into our 33rd stream. Does not feel like I've done that many. Rightio. As always, if there is anything you want me to cover sooner rather than later, because it's a pretty big game and I just kind of wander my way through it. But if you want me to focus on something and actually do a stream where I nail down one particular thing, please let me know in the comments. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. And as always, welcome. And I will just put that in the chat. I know, I've got to remember to greet folk. I'm not very good at it. So I've moved my chat so I can see comments a little bit more easily. And hopefully we'll have an improvement in me talking when I should. Alphino, what are we doing? Let's have a quick look over our character. I know I've made a few changes, so my life is a little bit skew-iffed, and I just need to refresh. There's my profile. Right, Storm Sergeant 3rd class. I don't think we've done our hunting log, and I think that's what's holding us back from our promotion, yes. Which means at some point we're going to have to go into the sunken temple of Khan. Oh, lordy me. Let's hope we don't get a crazy tank. I haven't got my yoink ability. Well, I have got my yoink ability, but I'm not good at using it yet. So, you know, if you're in trouble and I'm trying to heal you or whatever, I may not yoink you in time and you may get squished. It's all right. It's an advanced healer skill, I guess. The yoinking. 255. So I'm relatively... Ooh, what's that doing there? All right, that means Control C. We play keyboard and mouse with this game. What I'm doing, Control C brings up your currency square. And I am just checking to see how many Elegant tomestones I have because, well, that needs fixing. And this needs fixing. Yeah. Okay, so we need to gear up a little bit. I still have my yokai watch on me. What are we collecting with our yokai watch? Because that event is still running. We are Komasan. Alright, okay, so we're looking for another 4 Komasan yokai medals where we need to get some fates done in East Shroud, Western La Noscea, and Eastern Thanalan. If we find ourselves over in those directions today, we'll deal with that. As well, get ourselves another very fancy smanchy weapon for our glams. Because I do glams, I'm just... Well, okay, I do the base work for glams. I haven't actually put them on yet. Radio, classes and jobs. Right, we're looking at desynthesization so that we can not have a backpack or an armory full of stuff we no longer use. So I can turn it into crafting bits for my crafters. To do that, I need to have level 30 in every single crafting class. And to do that, I need to probably improve my miner, botanist, and fisher. So we need to probably look to that just a little bit. Further, as we go further in, I'm going to need to have some master crafting tomes at level 1 that I can only purchase through a lovely chap in Mordona who has some interesting tastes in things he wants crafted in exchange for said tomes. So that means we're going to have to curry favor with the Ixal. If I've unlocked them, let's head on over to Reputation. Reputation, we have unlocked the Sylphs and the Ixal. We have a daily quest allowance of 12 Allied Society Beast Tribe quests. We're currently neutral with the Ixal, but we could change that today. What I love about doing Allied Society quests, apart from the fact there's this little story that goes all the way through it, what I love doing is as you complete each stage of quests and each stage of the relationship, so you go from neutral to, I think it's friendly or something, their environment changes a little, not so much with the sylphs, but with the Ixal, and I've noticed with the Mughals as well. So it's like you're building something, and it looks so much nicer when you're finished. So you get to actually see them progress from this, itty bitty starting point all the way through to where they build something meaningful for their people, and I love that in particular. So yes, I'm just going to check in on my stream a little bit, just make sure I'm streaming fine. Yeah, alrighty. Look, if you guys ever notice anything wrong with my streams, I'm actually mostly in my OBS studio and I only have 2 screens. So I have my game on one, my OBS on another. I'll look to getting a 3rd screen eventually. But just let me know in the comments, in the chat, so that I can deal with that. Rightio. Now, I know, what are we doing? Okay, so we've got Sylphs and Exile. We haven't unlocked the others yet, but we could. Let's just put you up there. Okay, so that means we've got a few things we need to do. We need to improve our crafter. We need to improve our ranking in our Grand Company. We need to improve our ranking in our tribal societies. And we definitely need to... Do we have any more? Okay, J for journal. What I'm checking now is to see if we have completed all of the Realm Reborn quests for Yugiri's game. Yep, so we're in the in-between point. For White Mage, we go into journal and then we go across to complete, which is where current is at the moment. You go to class and job quests, you go to Disciple of Magic quests, and you toddle on down. Actually, you don't. You go down to Disciple of Magic job quests, and then you toddle on down. So we've done our level 50. So once we've done level 50 in every one of these, our first level 50, because the next level starts with a 50, we've completed all of the Realm Reborn quests. And as you can see, we've only done that for one of our classes. So that is something else we're going to have to fix, especially as I've noticed as you go further in, if you don't keep up with these classes, because you have over 30 jobs, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You have 11 Disciple of Hand and Land jobs alone. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, soon to be 11, 12, sorry, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 22, soon to be 23 job quests. So you do not have enough quest slots to have one quest stream for every job going, let alone one quest stream for every job, plus your main scenario quest, plus any side quests. So when you pick up new classes and jobs and alt them, you need to be on top of them, or just remember not to pick that up. And then of course you have these irritating little quests here, things like the house that Death built, where you have to actually enter the dungeon to finish it. And some of them, like Fear and Odin in the Shroud, are really hard to get a run through if you're just using Duty Finder. And that doesn't matter if you're a tank or if you're a healer. So, those are hard. Peace for Thanalan, right, we need to talk to them. So these are opportunity quests where we unlock different aspects of the game. There are a few of them. Sigh. Alright. These are Lev quests. Okay, so these quests down here actually come out of your 16 Lev quest allowances. So that's fine. And you have 100 Lev quest allowances. They renew, I think, at about 3 per day. So once you get a bit excited and do more than 3 per day, you start to catch up on your allowance. So you can do, I think it's 100 a week. We can just jump into our duty, jump into our timers and double check that. So you go down here, you have Lev allowance. So in 4 hours and 4 minutes, I will get another Lev allowance. Right. I should be doing these so I can level up faster, but they're a bit of a pain in the neck because I'll have to, oh no, maybe not. Rightio. So there you go. Let us then have a quick chit chat to Alphino. I know, because I'm really torn between chasing all the little things that I can chase in the game and advancing my story quest as quickly as I can so that I can get through to 8.0 when it comes out. So it's kind of a really hard balance. But so if you guys have a thought on whether or not you'd like to see me try and finish the current main story quest all the way through Dawn Trail and the Dawn Trail patches before January, oh my god, that sounds like so close now. Please let me know in the comments whether or not you're watching it live or whether or not you come to it later. And we will, if enough of you want that as a focus, then we will follow that through. I do want to actually get a tanking class and at least one DPS. I'd prefer to have a Fizz DPS and either a magic, one of the ranged DPSs, magical or physical ranged, leveling with me as we go. But we'll see how you guys want to take it. So that's right, our focus was going to be White Mage, Gladiator, Dancer or Bard, and I think I wanted to do Arcanist. Although we did start Thaumaturge instead, but anyway, that's fine. Right. Any class you want to see me focus on too, let me know, and I can always add that to her list. I'm not averse to doing multiple jobs. Let's talk to Alphino. How many times have I said that? Don't answer that. Yugiri's game. Alphino has a mind to send you to Vesper Bay. He does he? Cheeky little whippersnapper. I always whine about not having enough jewelry, and I always forget that some of these quests have them, and I should stock the ones I'm interested in keeping. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Uldar. That said, this has all been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Mistwalker, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozan when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group, and I need to write that down. Right, there we go. Well, let's go and do that. However, while we are in Uldar, let's see if we can nail down any quests in Uldar. My first Horror. Report to Haman, we can do that. My first Alembic. Vox Populi. Oh, yeah, okay. Kicking the Hornet's Nest. Report to Miller, so we can do that as well. The Threat of Intimacy. So what we're going to do is we are... Now, Breaking Brick Mountains was an event quest, and that time is closed, so we're going to abandon that one. Old Wisdom, New Ways. Alright. What we'll do is we'll close up my first Horror. We'll pick up the next Pugilist quest. We'll do the same. We'll do the same for the Distilled Water with Severian. And we might as well do that on the way up there. And we'll do that as well. So we are going to go to Vesper Bay, but first we're going to tidy up some of the quests we have in this region, which is something I do anyway. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to go and pick up an emote quest. So this is an unlock for one of the dance emotes. We're just going to talk to Pamolmin. Help me, Lord of the Dance. When Pamolmin approaches, beware, for the impetuous Makote always leads a merry dance. Psst, you there. Yes, darling, you. They say you're the lass with the brass? Well, they call me that too, but for a different reason. Name's Pamolmin, and I earn my keep as a dancing girl in these markets. Aye, it's a living, and a good one, but it's not exactly what I set out to be when I bid farewell to the mudflats. I know, isn't that the way the tale curls? Still, I should like to be one of those dancers, Dexter. You know, the sort they engage for the grand balls. To be a dancer of craft, not mere wiles, and keep company in high society. Of course, I'd have to learn a proper sort of dancing, less shimmy, more stately. And that's where you come in, darling, because I've got a quarry for you to track down. They say a dancing master named Guilono is in town. All the highborn ladies are aflutter, wanting to take lessons with him. He's the best. That's the word. This is my chance to be something finer than Minnie the Minx. Go to the steps of Tal and ask about him, won't you? Very well. Steps of Tal is where there are a few of my quests. Let us shortcut a little bit of running. We're going to toddle on over here to Wilhelm, our lift attendant. We're going to ride to the hustings strip. Yes, please. And then we're going to jog on down, avoiding the judgmental stare of that Lullafell. We're going to talk to Fast Red, who is part of our quest. Let's grab the quests we're doing and put them up the top. So we're going to do First Horror, First Alembic, Vox Populi, Kicking the Hornet's Nest, Help Me Lord of the Dance, and we'll also do Thread of Intimacy, but not just yet. I need to nail a few of these others. Fast Red. Best colour for a dress? Well, you know what they say. Once you go black, you never go back. Do they now? Alright, and around this corner, I do believe we have a chappie at the bottom of the stairs. Dodamun. Talk to him. What colour is in fashion? Well, I must say, I'm just back from Gridania, and I find there's a certain verve to verdant livery. Ah, green, you bloody idiot. Hey, I knew what you meant, just 'cause my ears are red. A luscious lady. Are you one of Master Guilino's camp followers? Ha, so cute. You know he's from Curthis, don't you? Travels the world teaching the art of the dance. They say he was the youngest dancing master ever to leave the lands, that he had a large estate, a fine stable, and a coat of crown sable. Why anyone would leave all that is beyond me. Well, when I think about that, it gives me the shivers, you know. Why, if he weren't leaving Uldar today, I'd consider permitting him the pleasure of my person. Don't look so shocked. May have when he returns. All right, fine, each to their own, I guess. That poor man, he must get propositioned on a regular basis. Ah, cordial soldier, back to our colours quest. Yellow, what fairer colour than that in the name of the fairest maiden? Yellow moon, oh, yellow moon, how my heart pines for you. Oh no, so much unrequited love happening here. Let's head on down. Really? There's someone up. Oh yeah, of course there is. Cornell. Personally, I've always had a thing for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. You are having a lend of me, aren't you, mate? Right. Yeah. Vox Populi. We've only spoken to 5 of the 6 people, so we may have to go back and find one. And we haven't talked to anyone on the steps of Thal. Oh no, here we go. Here's our 6th person. Rururamu. Hi. Red, ever and always. This is Uldar, my dear girl, where the sun beats on your back with fiery fists and the sins and sands are hot and unforgiving, and everywhere at once. We Uldans live for our passions, and our lust for life is surpassed only by our lust for lust. Really? Rururamu. Alrighty, now while we're here, my first alembic is just dying to be done. So we're going to have to leap into our alchemy clothing in a minute. We need a bottle of mineral water. Let us see if we have one of those anywhere. So we go N. We're just going to duck on down here to mineral W. Okay, what did I spell wrong? Distilled water, because I'm a goose. Come here, you. I know, and it remembers your errors. Distilled W's. Here we are. For that I need muddy water. Have I ever purchased muddy water before? Let's find out. No, we have not. Sigh. Let us grab our muddy water from the guild supplier. We could go and dig it up as a miner, and it would be great for our mining XP, but you know what? We're not going to. There's our muddy water down here. Let's just dig out 99 of those things. Yeah, I love it. No, I don't really. But anyway, we're going to need a lot of distilled water for other things, so we might as well. I know, now this is where you guys go and get a coffee or a hot beverage or something, because have we unlocked? Yeah, we have unlocked quick synth, so that's pretty good. What? You want me to be an alchemist for this? Man, you spoil sports. Rightio, now that we're an alchemist, we have not synthesized it before, so we're going to synth it once. And how are we at this level when we have not? Never mind. We clearly have been doing our homework. Let's put things where they need to go. Right, we're just synthing one because... What did you just... Oh, I know what you just did. Clever. Right, that's done. And then I'm going to quick synth another 98 of these things. Boom. Because it gets the muddy water out of my backpack. Gives me a chance to put in some of that. And while it's doing that, I'm just going to go and work out what I need for all of the crafting bits and bobs in our missions. Alrighty. Let me just grab my pen and paper, because I know it's a game, but there's homework. It always is. Alright, siltstone grinding wheel. And it's got a star on it, so it's pretty important. It'll give us double XP for doing high quality, but I don't know if we're actually up to doing it, so let's find out. So while we're doing that, is it gonna let me? It's not gonna let me go into N. Let's find. I'll just write a list. Siltstone grinding wheel, a little star next to that so I remember. We also want to make an iron ore. We want to make a what now? Aim, you're not my friend. Ooh, making it up, amateur. Nice, we'll look at what that's about in a minute. Iron plated jackboots, sounds ominous. Iron plated jackboots. Like I said, this is where you go find yourselves a coffee, because we're doing a quick synth. What we're doing at lower levels, this is more effective because it's such a low level recipe, but usually you would be leveling up like crazy. Right now all I'm doing is putting in a store of stuff that I don't have to buy later. Bronze scepter, BRNZ scepter, and stablemaid's hat. Like I said, the only downside with doing your crafting like this and going through these supply missions is if you level up past the area that you're currently in, some of the materials can't be gotten save on the market boards, which isn't a bad thing provided you've been doing a ton of quests, and we only have 39 grand, so some of those materials are definitely going to be beyond this. Black alumine. When it gets to your provisioning missions, oops, I need to star what? Iron plated jackboots. When it gets to provisioning missions, you just won't be able to get to the region where the thing can be found. So you just have to progress through your main story quest in order to get there, which is what we're doing. We're just cleaning up a little bit around Uldar before we leave. Tarantula and a bony tongue. We should be able to get bony tongues. Must mean we're fairly low level. Unless, of course, I'm muddling up my game. Now, hang on a minute. Okay. We have 23 hours and 50 minutes remaining to deliver these, and then this list will change. Unlike the other day when I started at 4 o'clock in the morning and had an hour and didn't realize it, and by the time I'd made the stuff they needed, they had changed their minds. Rude little monsters. Okay, the Icardal 9 delivery quests, they are part of our XIV, and we'll be developing those. Oh, actually, can we see what they want? Yes, we can. Oh, so good. We're going to do that. Alrighty. Let's have a look at the XP reward. Fish glue is the highest XP reward. We're going to see if we can make that. Now, the trick with these things is you can only deliver 3. 3 things 3 times in this case, but usually it's 1 thing 3 times. If I've remembered correctly, and heaven help me, I may not have. So, It's recipe level 10, so we should have access to it. It's worth 1888 XP, so it's probably worth our doing a little bit. Yeah, and that's got a little star next to it, so it's probably fish glue for the exile. So what we're doing now is we're paralleling a few things. We're getting the exile experience we need. We're advancing through that so that we can gain access to the materials that only the exile sell for the craftmaster for our level 1 mastery book, which we're going to need to make ingredients for our level 2 mastery book, which we don't actually need to get too fancy with. Right. Unless, of course, they've changed that and made it easier, and I haven't found it yet, which is possible. Okay, we have ventures. I should probably go and check in on that. Map allowance is available now. Allied Daily Society quest, we're doing 12 of those. Rightio, let's go. Are we nearly done yet? Are we there yet? Yes, we are. Rightio, let's end that synthesis and leap on over and chat with the almighty Guildmaster Severin. What I love about this guy over here is, actually we'll pick that up because I've got to go to the markets anyway, and that's close by. Yes? Yes! Yes! At last my work is complete. Mark my words, this formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it. With just a sip of this tonic, even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must needs test it, adventurer. While I produce more, I bid you take this batch to Pearl Lane to a man there named Landibert. He is trusted by the other refugees. Persuade this Landibert to take my tonic and give it to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, it will be a tremendous boon to the advancement of the alchemic arts and mankind at large. And your wallet, no doubt. We're in Uldar. I know how it works. Your task is to provide me with 1 bottle of distilled water. Come, we're wasting time. Purchase a pail of muddy water from Esmone if you must. Here you go. Let's, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to give him an ordinary one. Righty-ho. Is he happy? Magnificent. Your transformation into an alchemist has begun. Do you understand the liquid treasure you have made? Yes, it is still simply water, but now possessed of almost limitless potential. In a properly distilled state, water provides the base ingredient for all manner of wondrous concoctions. On the other hand, a potion created with impure water is not only unlikely to have the desired effect, but it may well poison the imbiber. Really? Look well upon the substance you have refined. See how crystal clear it has become? Not the most flavorful of libations, but still refreshing to pour over one's head on a stifling summer afternoon. Tell me, how did you feel in the instant of its purification? Such a fine result must have sent thrills of excited satisfaction down your spine. Yes, I know well that sensation. To glean a pristine drop from filthy swill. It is a miracle born of mortal artifice. Nothing can compare to that rush of triumph in the moment when physical laws bend to one's will. Nothing. The greater your mastery of alchemy, the more ecstatic that feeling becomes. Go, fill your chambers with bottles of distilled water and revel in each success. I see. I return now to my experiments. When next you disturb me, I shall expect your skills to be worthy of a guildmaster's chosen assistant. The next alchemist quest will be available from Severian upon reaching level 5. Oh, it will it? Let's grab that then. Oh, that's not another hempen robe to clog up my backpack with, is it? It surely is. Guildmaster, that level 5 thing you needed. The second principle. It appears that Guildmaster Severian has all but forgotten your existence. Again? What? What is it now? Guild for the poor? Another cursed love filter? You're the wretch that insists on dusting my bench, aren't you? Oh, no, then who? Oh, my new assistant. No, do not bother me with more names. My mind shall not be cluttered with trivial details unrelated to alchemical processes. I trust you have busied yourself with the mastery of your discipline. I have scant moments to spare on lessons, but I suppose I must invest a modicum of time in your training if you are to be of any use to me. Let us move on to the second fundamental principle of alchemy. Your understanding of this principle will be best facilitated by creating 3 bottles of antidote. For this task, you must needs acquire the stipulated number of grass vipers as well as a chunk of rock salt. I believe the guild often has the poisonous snakes in stock, so you need only purchase them from... That's a plier, lass. Ah, yes, Esmone. As for the rock salt, I believe she can supply that too, and for a reasonable price. I rather suggest seeing her for all your simple ingredient needs, unless you fancy the idea of scrabbling in the sand to find them yourself. In any case, I'm not terribly concerned with how you procure the materials. What is most important is that you experience this fundamental principle firsthand as you concoct 3 bottles of antidote. Return to me with the bliss of new knowledge stamped upon your features. Well, how about these bottles? Have you completed the 3 bottles of antidote, as I asked? Gods help you if you've interrupted me for anything less. Here you go. Ah, an excellent result, my precarious protege. I see you've attained the optimum viscosity without clouding the crimson hue. It will be most interesting to see how well these mixtures perform on live test subjects. Well, of course they'll be poisoned. How else would I gauge the efficacy of your work? But never mind that. What have you learnt of the second alchemical principle? You have produced a helpful compound by combining otherwise mundane or lethally harmful substances. Has this not expanded your awareness of what is attainable with this profession? Just as it is possible for a medicine to act as a poison in sufficient amounts, so it is possible for a poison to be utilized as a cure. Your successful creation of these antidotes is evidence of this very fact. Those without a knowledge of alchemy would spare not a second glance for the venomous grass viper, but mix its venom with the appropriate amount of rock salt, and people will flock to your door to purchase your miraculous remedy. Study, experiment, and reveal worth in the most unexpected of places. The desire for sustenance and rest will become as minor annoyances once you've learnt the joy of such discoveries. It is time you added this amateur's mortar to your repertoire of alchemical devices. The mortar is oft referred to as a secondary tool, but used in conjunction with the primary tools such as the alembic, you will soon come to appreciate its value in your work. I foresee much practical use for your growing skills, my eager apprentice. Now run along and find a use for your new toy. I've further research to conduct. Certain gear grants bonuses to your craftsmanship control and CP values. A higher craftsmanship rating hastens the progress of synthesis. Greater control increases the chance of creating high-quality items. And additional CP improves your crafting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your current objective will increase the efficiency of your crafting endeavors. Right, it will, huh? Do we have anything we want? No, let's grab some elegantine pieces. Those things are worth money. We need that to equip ourselves. Another quest, Mr. Guildmaster, sir. All of your beeswax. It seems some unexpected matter has Guildmaster Severian more agitated than usual. Ah, I remember your face this time, my most helpful assistant, and it is most fortuitous that I do. That irksome effort I have expended in grooming your budding skills is about to be rewarded. My muling subordinates have requested that I put aside my personal research for but a moment or two and shoulder a portion of the guild's workload, even going so far as to force upon me some other alchemist's petty task. What fools to think I am the sort of guildmaster that contributes in such a mundane capacity. If they had wanted an accommodating drudge to head the guild, they should not have elected me to the post. Gods know there are others about the frontistry who have been better suited for the leadership position. It is times such as these that I curse my blood ties to the syndicate. I would personally be content to eschew such tedious duties in favour of mine own work. You would, huh? Which, of course, brings us to this moment. It is with great relief that I entrust this matter of beeswax to you. 12 lumps of beeswax, to be precise. Yes, I knew you'd prove your worth before long. Now to work, to work. Beeswax. As in, it's none of mine. Let's see what we got. I need 3 beehives chips for 1 beeswax. Wait, that was daft. Jump into recipe search, grab our beeswax, right click on beehive chips, search for item. Wren has 1. Alright, we're not going to run all the way down for 1 bit of beeswax. Bits me what's it. we're going to go grab 99 off Esmone, and then we're going to go mass craft ourselves 33, which won't take as long as the rest. And before we start, we're going to go see. We're going to go, do I have better gear on me from other crafting bits? Yes, I do. Watch this little number here. And we're just going to go boop. Ooh, a whole 10. Let's not spend it all at once. Rightio. Let's back away from the guild supplier. And start your crafting. Alright, into beeswax. Have we made it before? No. So we need to craft one. We're just going to craft a really ordinary one. So we should get that through in 2. No, we got it through in 1. So we are definitely underneath what we're doing. We go to quick synthesis. We're going to grab our minus sign so we get the maximum amount. And we're going to hit synthesize. And everyone's going to go grab coffee or, I don't know, take a break or do something or while they wait for Moonwalker to finish this section. So this is basically your basic setup of your character. If you take the time, can take a little bit to get done. But we will get through this part at the very least. We'll nail down the quests that we have that are ongoing in Uldar, and then we're going to go and do some more main scenario quests, which I'm looking forward to. Which reminds me. Are we stuck yet? We could be stuck, couldn't we? Duty finder. Yeah, but I am looking for trials. Yeah, we are so stuck, aren't we? Because there is no tick there. Alright, once we finish doing our alchemy duty, I'm going to sign on to Duty Finder for a run through the labyrinth, because I don't think that thing is going to pop today or, you know, until maybe this weekend. But we'll at least see. In the meantime, I need to make echo drops for my grand company. We might get that done. And fish glue for the exile. That's kind of sort of maybe just a tad important. Yes. Because very soon we're actually going to run out of levels for our alchemy, which means we'll be out of alchemist quests. You can all breathe a sigh of relief. But anyway. Let's go. We do want to get to level 30. In this one, so that we can start desynthesizing some of those wands that we have stuck in our backpack. Okay, that was our beehives chip. We are now, no, we don't want B, we want N, we want fish glue. Okay, let's have a look up echo drop, echo DRO. Alright, we need rock salt, lavender and marjoram. I have rock salt on me. Lavender, do you sell it, my dear girl? There's our rock salt. Right. Lavender and marjoram may actually be available at the Culinarians Guild. Or we can do it this way. And this is why I didn't want to start this just yet, because it would mean leaping around the countryside. Lavender. Well, we'll search for it in our... Yeah, we've not carried it. So we'll go in here, we'll go to our gathering method. We can get it at Bent Branch. Okay, that's not too bad. And marjoram we can get at Bent Branch as well, now that I think about it. Except it's just a little bit up. So our lavender's here, and our marjoram is up here. So that's not too hard to get. We can go fetch that, but not just yet. Let's have a look at our fish glue. Right, it does help if you're in your crafting log when you do that, because you cannot mine or botany fish glue. Right, we need coral butterfly fish, which I could go and fish. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to pick up 99 of them, and then I'm going to pick up one more, because you need 2 coral thingamywhatsits per glue. We're going to go back into N. Well, fish glue is one of those things that we're going to use as an ingredient, so I'm just going to make however many of these there are. Let us synthesize our first lot of fish glue. We'll guarantee that it's a high quality. Yeah, it's XIV. We'll guarantee it's a high quality, so we'll observe it. Ooh, what pretty fish. Great strides. Basic touch. And some of this. And okay, we should be able to get that done in one go, so I won't bother repairing its durability. Boom. One high quality block of fish glue for which we earned some extra XP. Now I'm going to grab my quick synth and we are going to make another 49 of them. Again, coffee time for those of you who are into coffee. Like I said, we will move away from the alchemy and the crafting. We'll go and see what Yugiri's game is. But first, I'm going to clear some of the quests so that we can clear our quest log just a tad. And we do need our alchemy up to level 30 so we can desynthesize our wands and staves and books that are currently clogging things up. I also need to extract that materia that I'm gathering in my character. Which you can tell if you look down here, you'll see these little white dots in here. We just earned ourselves another one. If we click on that and bring up our character and we hover over one of the spaces, you'll see that we can extract materia, but we can't do that till we finish crafting. And that'll be good because then we can meld that back to our equipment and have a better chance for getting things done a little bit more efficiently. Alright, you'll notice our challenge log is coming up, crafting up a storm HQ. That's worth doing if you're ever wondering. Challenge log, this is your crafting and gathering section. So we've crafted 30 items and we've earned an extra 3,730 points, which went straight onto our alchemist. We also earned ourselves 1,000 guild. Then when we did our high quality items, we earned ourselves 2,000 guild, which is kind of cool. And the reason that's cool is because we're working on this. So when we get 5 of these challenges in here done, we're going to get 10,000 gil and so on and so forth. So you can earn per week, you get something like 55,000 gil if you're struggling. So it's worth doing. The other thing that's worth noting is these scale. Sorry, the gil never scales, it stays the same. But the rewards, your XP rewards, will scale with the level of class that you complete them with. So a lower level classes will get less, and your higher level, your 100s and your 90s, will actually get a lot more. And you can experiment with how much that changes to by having this up when you change classes. So you get it for your battle tasks, which we haven't done this week. You'll notice that we now have 155 hours and 31 minutes to complete 55 of these quests if we want to get very fixated. But like I said, worth doing if you're after leveling your character and also earning a little bit of gil on the side. There we go. Okie dokie, let's go and hand Severian. Here's one we prepared. Well, we didn't prepare this one earlier. Unlike our alchemy drops. Wahaha! Such bliss that my research might progress unhindered by bothersome requests. Speaking of which, have you created the beeswax as I asked? I certainly did. Here you go. He just wants ordinary. These will never be used for the Sultana's bedchamber candles, but the quality is passable, I suppose. This is indeed a wonderful arrangement. Perhaps I should pass on to you the mantle of Guildmaster in its vexatious entirety. Now, the beeswax you have brought me is, as you must surely realize, the purified form of the substance honeybees use to build their hives. Candles are the most obvious use for this refined material, but beeswax may also be used to enhance leather goods, or be mixed with dye to create painting supplies. It is not the most difficult material to create, though keeping the quality consistent for such a large batch speaks well of your attention to detail. I had thought to be content with naught more than a convenient lackey at hand, but mayhap with further training. We must somehow supplement your studies, but I'm loath to be parted from my workbench. Thankfully, I'm aware of the perfect solution to this quandary. Tradecraft Labs. A selection of alchemical odd jobs should be available to you at the Adventurers Guild. Simply speak with the fellow at the desk, Eustace, I think it was. In addition, you should be provided with ample opportunity to practice your discipline, and even receive payment while doing so. Remember, your improvement is my utmost concern. Right. Utmost concern, you say? Alrighty, well, no, we'll gear up a little bit in a bit. Part of the reason we need to do our our Grand Company labs, oh good, is because we need some of the gear that we can get from here. But this can be ameliorated to somewhat by advancing through the Heavensward and gaining access to some of the traders there. So I'm kind of torn between which approach I want to take for that. For fair love, Guildmaster Severian appears to be losing the battle against exhaustion. Then mix that. Too volatile. What? Oh, it's you. Have you not learned to concoct potions in your sleep? Admittedly, the results are not always what one dreamed they would be. Now, I might deduce from your unrequested presence that you deem your skills sufficiently sharpened to seek further instruction? Or do you simply derive some perverted sense of enjoyment from my irritable reaction? Do I have to answer that? Whichever the case may be, alchemy is certainly a discipline for the curious and the curious of nature. Allow me to assign you another task. This time I require you to create 1 potion of intelligence and 1 potion of dexterity. I am at a critical juncture in my research, so I shall dispense with any lengthy explanations. Surely you need not have me list every eye of newt and fang of bat you need at this point of your education. No, I have access to things called books, so it's quite easy. Alright, let's extract our materia while I remember. There's 2 things I need to do. One is extract materia, the second one is to sign on to Duty Finder before I miss a run. Which, look, is highly unlikely, I have to say, but anyway. We will get it done. You'll notice our gear condition is dropping, so we will need to make a visit to the market soon, but not before we learn how to dance. Actually, we probably need to go downstairs before we can do that anyway, so we'll get there. All things all done this morning by the look of it. Right, update our gear set. Check that we don't have any better gear to go. We have silver magnifiers. Let's pop those things on. We have the dizzying heights of 11 in our IL. I know, right? It will get better, I promise. It just can take its time. Now, what are we making for this madman? We are making a potion of intelligence and a potion of dexterity, and he doesn't want them to be high quality, which puzzles me because I vaguely remember them having to be that earlier. It doesn't matter. Let's do it. And let's put in intelligence. All right. I need a red land trap leaf. And for dexterity, because I have everything else. Dexterity, I need a bat fang. Rightio. Asmodee, let me deplete your supplies of red land trap leaves and bat fangs. Bat fangs, let's grab 99 of those, because I can't be bothered, grabbing less. Red land trap leaves are down here, so we grab those. Do not look at my bank balance. We have depleted quite a lot of it. Radio, toddle on over to here. Go in. We will go into recipe search, pick up intelligence, pick up potion of intelligence. We shall craft ourselves. Let's see if we can craft a decent one anyway. Observing it and doing great strides. Basic touching it. Okay, and standard touching it. Using tricks of the trade to get back 20 of our CP. Hitting our basic touch and our standard touch. Boom. And now we're going to go Master's Mend for durability. Probably not so important with potions, but I don't want to run out of the ability to actually do this. And this is where I wish we'd had a little bit more of this come up a lot earlier. Now we have 22 points. I am glad we refreshed it though. Now we have 42 points. And again, will I get to 88 before I actually need it? I know I won't need it with this. We did get 18 though. Right, 3 potions of intelligence. Tick that box. Let's get a potion of dexterity. So we'll just go down to our list here. Make sure we're on the right one. And do it all again. One of those. Some great strides. Tricks of the trade. Basic touch. Tricks of the trade. which means we have to do basic touch again. Just keep, oops, oh dear. Keep an eye on your great strides because your tricks of the trade will use up one of the charges and you'll run out. But it's worth doing to have your CP not drop to a point where you can't do the other things you need to do with it. Alrighty, now we're going to go Master's Mend. That's irritating. Hopefully we'll get a Tricks of the Trade shortly. We don't need it, we got it. Rightio, let's go and have a quick chit chat to Master Severian. Woohoo! I know, what are we doing? You don't want to know. Over here, this is our level 15. Just go round the table, girl. Level 15 quest for alchemy. Are the potions concocted and bottled? I shall field no questions or queries until this is done. Here you are. I have one of the finest potions of each for you. Yes, high quality. Makes him happy. Rightio. Considering the lack of guidance on my part, you've done tolerably well. As you have discovered, the main catalyst of a potion of intelligence is the primal essence of life, such as that found in the blood of beastkin, curls and wolves and the like. The effect is diminished should the blood be allowed to clot, but you seem to have avoided that novice mistake. Potions of dexterity, on the other hand, make use of finely ground bat fangs. The practice of using the powdered form of fang, horn, or tusk in the creation of alchemical mixtures is an Eastern technique that I'm glad to see you've willingly adopted. Either of these concoctions is beyond the skill of most neophyte alchemists. It comes as something of a surprise that my sporadic bouts of instruction are proving so effective. In fact, in celebration of your achievement, it is only fitting that you deliver these triumphs to the guild's customer in person. I shall regretfully remain behind, ensconced in my work. Your delivery will take you to the Colosseum, where you should seek a lady by the name of, what was her name? Ah, yes, Adara, and pray return to me once your task is complete. Alright, we can do it. Alrighty, we're going to do a couple of things here. So we do have at least, well, we've got 5 more levels to go before we can start desynthesizing things. But let's have a quick look at our map and see what else is on this floor. Nothing. Okay, down on the Uldar Steps of Nald. Nope. Steps of Thal. This is where we want to be. This is our Help Me Lord of the Dance, which we need to do. And these are our 2 Vox Populi, which we need to do. This is Luxury Long Lost, which is a side quest for Fair Love, which is our alchemy quest. Rightio. So the reason I'm starting to do side quests now, if you're just wondering why I'm faffing about with them, apart from the fact they give you low level gear and a small amount of XP, the reason I'm doing them now is because I have some very low level characters that I want to bring up. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to skip into our gladiator's uniform and we're going to finish pretty much a lot of the others shortly. The trick is to work out where I want to be first. Let's go here. This looks really convenient, and this is Help Me Lord of the Dance, which is, why am I not going there? Because I probably, Weaver's Guild, I think it was, yes, because I wasn't in the Acolyte system. Alrighty, now I have forgotten to do something else. Let's just jump into our White Mage. Let us jump into Duty Finder, and we are going to grab Labyrinth of the Ancients and join that thing. Heaven knows when it's going to pop, but now we're ready for it. Jumping back into, what level is that quest? It's a level 14. Rightio. Do I have a level 14 character? No, we're just going to have to do it with our alchemist then. It'll be fine, I tell you. Fine. Yep, alright. We'll use it to level our alchemist. Soda. Oh, of course I know where Master Guiliano is. Don't you see these roses on my cheeks and the ever so slight droop in my supple carriage? I've just come from practice. You can stop wondering who the belle of the ball is to be next moon. With what Master Guiliano taught me, I've no doubt that I'll dazzle the masses. Where can you find him? Well, I oughtn't say, but oh, why not? You should find him on the hustings strip. He said he was headed to the airship landing. Lovely. The airship landing. Right, let's go and work out what Vox Populi our colours are. So this is Orbelay. Most popular colour of late. Well, all colours have their merits, of course, but if pressed, I'd have to say red. That's 2 votes for red, 1 for red and green, 1 for black, 1 for yellow, and 1 for green. Why, any colour is perfectly fine for a dress, you silly thing, so long as it comes off easily at the end of the night. What? I don't believe I just read that out loud. Pedashan. I know, Lalo fell, surprising people, catching people completely unawares. Oh dear. Where are we at? Gee. Okay, let's go and deliver a luxury long lost. We've got to go down this way. Actually, let's not run. Oh my god. Let's get rid of that for a minute. We're going to the Sapphire Exchange because it's a shorter distance and it's quicker to just go this way. Any colour. Right. And then we're going to go back up these stairs, where we're going to have a quick chit-chat to Landebert to deliver these potions from that dude upstairs. Medicine for the sick. Yeah. Deep green tonic. Ah, we're not fools, lass. We know full well what that bastard Alwyn is up to. But we'll accept his medicine nonetheless. Look at us. Beggars can't be choosers. Might be as it's a mere experiment to him, but to us it's a matter of life and death. If we've got to choose between this bastard swill and nothing at all, is it really a choice? No, my friend, it is not. Grab your quest while we're here, the Wealth of Nations. Landebert wishes to offer you a small token of his gratitude. Few come here by choice, a few are still bearing medicine. Your kindness shouldn't go unrewarded. This vase is important to us, but I want you to have it. It's just some old pottery, I know, but it might be valued by collectors of cultural artifacts. There are men who are willing to pay good coin for such objects. If you go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, chances are you'll find one of them. Alright. Now, did we do... Yes, we did do that quest. Singot. Hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? Well, I have a cracked vase for you. Permit me to examine this vase of yours. I hope you did not spend too much coin on this trash. A flood of like items brought in by refugees has destroyed what demand once existed. The markets are fickle, my friend. If you lose sight of current trends, you stand to lose everything, as I once did. Market wards once bore my name until fate and hubris reduced me to this. For your sake, I pray that you do not have to learn the lesson the same way I did. Oh, good. We got some crystals out of it. That's not bad. If we're doing crafting, we need those crystals. And it, right now it's easier just to pick them up this way. Right. Vox Populi is in the Alchemist Guild. We're going back there anyway, so let us go down to Kicking the Hornet's Nest with Miller, which means we need to be a gladiator. And then we need to go back upstairs to learn the dance, the Lord of the Dance. So reporting into Miller. Away we go. 1 gladiators. Right. You might want to travel by Ethernet, dear. 1 Gladiators Guild passport. This will let us kill 2 birds with 1 stone. First we'll do our alchemy task. Dropping in and dropping these off to the lovely lady who has ordered them. Adara. Ooh, are you from the Alchemist Guild? I thought my order would never arrive. You do have the potions, don't you? I do indeed. Here you are, my lady. Do I really want... Yes, I do. Here you go. Are these the ones I asked for? I don't know. I thought the vials would be more ornate. Well, I must do something to pretty them up before I present them to Franz the Fair. I suppose I should be glad it was you in charge of my request and not the Guildmaster. I mean, one hears stories about the head of the Alchemist Guild, to be honest. I was half expecting the potions to hold some foul liquid, if they held anything at all. They say Severian has powerful connections and more guild than he can count, but all he does is waste away at his workbench performing experiments. What kind of research could possibly be so important that he would spend every moment chained to his alchemical devices? But listen to me, gossiping away when I have gifts to prepare. I do hope my beloved Franz will be impressed. Aww, cool. Now it's time to be a gladiator ourselves. Let's just jump into that role for a minute. We'll pick up our next quest from Miller. And then we'll finish off this other quest. Here we go. I've already heard of your exploits at the quicksand, Mr. Walker. You did well to send those marauders packing. I wish I could say we've heard the last of them. Alas, we've received reports of axe-wielding raiders assaulting merchants travelling through Scorpion Crossing. It seems words will not suffice after all. I want you to finish what you've begun, Mr. Walker. Head to Western Thunderland and see that Farmal the Driven and all those who have shared in his crimes never trouble the people of Uldar again. It will be done as soon as I finish these city-based quests. Right, where are we going? Back to the Aetheryte, because it's quicker. Actually, no, it's not. What's in the Gold Court that I need to deal with? Let us deal with that while we're on the ground floor. So this is usually how I play. I just play quest to quest and switch as I need to. Willowy Woman. Master Grillano. Oh, it's lovely what he teaches, but straight is the gate, my good lady. He's very choosy about whom he teaches. You must dance for him and show him some innate quality. Why, he wouldn't even accept Master Gagaruju's diamond-encrusted crumpet, and she was quite the danseuse already. Right. Okay, then. Well, me not being a diamond-encrusted crumpet should work well for me, then. Let's head on over to the Ethernet shard. I know, everything all done today. What are we doing? We are popping back to the Alchemists Guild. I know, I was about to say, yay, we have a healer, but actually we have a healer, and that's me. And then we have no one else. So Labyrinth of the Ancients and the 2 trials that follow it are some of the major stopping points in this game. So if you're up to that point in your main story quests, where the main story quest says you can't advance until you, oops. Oh no, I can turn that in as a gladiator. Let's do that. This is a side quest. Until you've done them, then every time you jump on, you should jump into Duty Finder for it. A lot of people will go into and put up a party finder. I'm of 2 minds. Sure, they're a great way to get things done when they're, actually running. And when there are actually people on. Now, with Misty, I'm playing on the least populated server in Materia, which is the least populated data center. And unlike our compatriots over in the North American, Japanese, European servers, we're not being paired up with other servers in the data center because there is only one. So I've got my fingers crossed that maybe they'll take pity on us and pair us up with one of the bigger data centers so that we can get past the queue bind. But until then, this is why I have so many alt jobs, because it keeps me busy. And we advance as we can. So Luchu, you're here on behalf of the Weavers Guild, are you not? Yes, Athelwine said you'd be along. Well, what colour is it to be then? It sounds as though you have 2 votes for red, 1 vote each for green, yellow, white and black, 1 abstaining and 1 vote for a motley of red and green overlay with stripes of purple and dark brown. Huh. By no means a resounding victory, but I suppose red it shall be. I've some catalysts I've been saving for just such an occasion. Mark my words, I'm going to concoct the most vibrant red Uldar has ever seen. Alchemy may look arcane and esoteric to the uninitiated, but it is grounded in naught but science and experimentation. Indeed, I dare say it does more to advance culture and civilization than nigh any other discipline. It does indeed. Now, this quest we picked up in the Weavers Guild, if you're wondering where it comes from, but we did pick up a little bit. Let's jump into our alchemy gear. Boom. And we're going to head on over to Severian. Hey? Oh, my loyal assistant, The task is done. I'm sure I made not the slightest mention of any task. Ah, but now you mention, I do seem to recall dropping some niggling irritation into your capable hands. And what, then, has transpired? I see. More concerned with the vessel than the contents, was she? I don't expect much more from those who are not intimately acquainted with alchemy's true beauty. Of course, I'm finding that I can no longer count you among that rabble. Should you continue down this path of mastery, the day might come when you too might join me in the quest for alchemy's ultimate. Well, oh, yes, yes. Oh, yes, I'd almost forgotten the matter of payment. Now we both best be returning to our work. All right, what do we got? Okay, gear that we've already outclassed. Did we make it? We made it to level 25. Radio. Ooh, innovation. Very cool. Pop that up there. Switch those two around. It's cool because this one gives you 100% for 3 steps, but it costs you 32 CP. This one gives you 50% for 4 steps and costs you only 18. So it's a trade-off, but it means that you're more likely to have CP when you need it. And at this level, sometimes you don't need the big boost. Maybe. Alrighty. The Arcanist's Tome. Guildmaster Severian wishes to test your growing proficiency with a new task. He does he? Ha ha ha. Ah, my able assistant, I recognize that look of intense hunger. You wade waist deep in the mire of alchemy. Well, it is that you display such desire, for I stand ready with a task that will further test and expand your proficiency. I have a request from an arcanist by the name of... I have a request from a certain arcanist. He requires an alchemist to construct for him an engraved hard leather grimoire. But as is so often the case, the matter is not as simple as it first appears. Yew logs, one of the materials used in the creation of the tome, will not be found in any local Ul'dan stall. Thus it falls to you to take up botany and gather the material yourself, or, almost as bothersome, scour the market boards of the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. And as if this endeavour was not already sufficiently laborious, the client also requests that the tome be enhanced with materia. Must I explain materia to you? Very well. Materia is the crystallized essence of a well-used piece of gear, the physical manifestation of an item's history with its wielder, if you will. It is not well understood exactly how these crystals work, but they have the effect of improving the properties of the objects to which they are attached. Do not expect me to provide a lecture on the intricacies of crafting materia. There is a goblin at the bonfire in central Thanalan who's more than willing to babble on about such things. Mutamix. Ah, yes, that's his name, Mutamix. As for the type of materia, the arcanist was specific in his lack of specificity. You are free to experiment with whichever kind you wish. Glorious. Bring the materia enhanced home to me once it is complete. Meanwhile, I shall be sifting through my memory for the name of our expectant client. Oh, you will, huh? Well, let's see if I can make one now. I don't think I can, but let's find out. We are after a materia enhanced engraved hard leather grimoire. So let's just go grimoire. It'll bring up a list, and we're looking for hard leather, engraved hard leather grimoire, I think we're after, for which I think I need to make a hard leather grimoire. Fantastic. Alright, but let's first see if we've got the ingredients tucked away anywhere. That would be a no, and that would be a no. Now that's a yew log. Okay, let's go into our gathering. 9 ivies in the East Shroud. Well, that's not too hard to do, and I'm pretty sure our botanist... Oh dear, is our botanist of a level? Let's have a look. Jobs, hand and land, botanist. Okay, we should theoretically be able to pick that up. Yeah, it's a level 20 node. We're good. Alrighty. Let's have a look at our hard leather grimoire. Actually, we're gonna get it to go into our list. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go right click, crafting method, sigh. Alright, we need some enchanted iron ink. So we're going to go... Well, search for item, but I'm pretty sure I haven't made it. Yeah, no. So then we're going to go search for item by crafting method. Iron sand, which is a search for item first. Great. I know, I think we've got some gathering in our future, but not yet, because what I'll do is I'll let this quest stall here, And then I'll go and do something else. Search by gathering method, horizon's edge. That's not that hard to get to. Viscous secretions, I'm pretty sure we can purchase. All right, let's jump back to hard leather grimoire, see what else is in there that we need. Hard leather, cotton yarn. So we don't have the hard leather. Do we have the elm logs? Nope. Do we have the cotton yarn? I'm pretty sure that would be a nope as well. Let's check though. Nope. All right. What level is our weaver? Of a level to be close enough to be able to make that for us. We might not have to go and, you know, pick cotton and then make it. We could probably go purchase cotton and make it. That would be easy enough. The elm log we can probably pick up from the guild supplier for blacksmithing in Limsa Laminza. We need to drop off something anyway in there, so that's not too bad. So we can pick these two up, or we can pick up the ingredients for that and make it. We can pick that up. The hard leather will also be available from the thing. I know. Let me just see if I can make it. Well, first we're going to C for character. And we check our leather worker. We haven't picked up leather worker yet, so no, we can't make it. Alright, well, sorry about that then. So we can pick up these 3 ingredients from the blacksmithing guild supplier in Limsa, and the iron sand, I'm pretty sure I have to go get it, but let's go and check out the guild supplier here. So we've got a couple of things I want to do now, or soonish. We will do Lord of the Dance first. We are looking for iron sand. Okay, we don't need to go mine it. We can, but we don't need to, so let's not. Let's look for elm log, just in case. Okay, I've got cotton yarn. Let's just grab that. And we've got hard leather, so we don't need to go all the way to Limsa for these. We can pick these up. And what was the other thing? Viscous secretions. Because I don't feel like chasing slugs all over the forest. Okay, just no, not right now. Okay, well that's good to know. The interesting thing is you can get a lot of the ingredients you need from these places. Is that too loud? That looks a little loud. Let's drop it down a little. All right, oh, my mic is in the wrong spot. One of those. Let's wow, did we just pick up most of the ingredients for that? Let's go find out. Hard leather grimoire coming up. No, N, not M. Get rid of that. Okay. Except we don't have our U log, so we do need to go get that. Alright, well let us make our enchanted iron ink. So we're going to synthesize this stuff. I won't make 99 of them. I might make 10 at most. Alright. Check it out. Tricks of the trade. Innovation. Basic touch. Standard touch. Basic touch. Tricks of the trade, because that won't use up our durability. Master's mend, otherwise we're not going to make it. Veneration. And basic synthesis by 1, I think. Yes. Alrighty. Let's be super duper. Just grab this. I might grab 9 of them. We're going to be making a few of these, so we'll synth those. I know, the crafting. It's fun. Time consuming to set up though, but this is what you need if you want some of your, to want to make furnishings for your place, or you want to make some of your costuming. You can make things for your chocobo as you get up higher in levels, and it's pretty good. Alright, into our synthesis. Hard leather grimoire, let's go. What do I not have? Elm logs. Alright. Let us wander. Now there are things we want to do before we leave this level. We are going to grab our Ethernet shard and we're going to head on over to the Chamber of Rule. And then we're going to go looking for a certain dance instructor, but maybe... What level is that quest? Level 14. All right, we'll just stick with this. Level 26 we are, but that'll be fine. Why did you take the long way, girl? You crazy, crazy person. Because you just needed to turn around and walk up the stairs. Right? We don't need to do a circuit. We just need to do this. Ethernet shard, up the stairs. And around the corner, we're trying to catch this guy before he takes a boat. You know what? We look prettiest as a white mage. I know, it's not about the costuming, really. Master Guilino, I am he. That you are an adventurer is apparent, but what business brings an adventurer to a dancing master, I wonder? At you will not answer that where no question has been asked. It is the feet that must persuade, not the tongue. Now dance for me. Dance for you. Well, since you asked so nicely, we shall dance for you. You dance sprightly for Guilino. I know the Vera have such an extravagant dance. The vessel is rude, but the wine within may yet be refined. Unfortunately, there is much call on my time, and I am bound for another land. I will make a dancer of you when next I return to this city. But... thank goodness you're here. There you are. Heard anything good? Hope you're not wasting time with that looker there. Oh no, Pimolman. That looker is the dance instructor you're after? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Oh, Master Guilano, I am Pimolman the danseuse, and I would speak with you. And I should click the button. It is my greatest desire to become a dancer, Dexter, and perform at the grand ball. Please, my lord, won't you teach me? So it is not the adventurer who wishes to tread the parquet, but this stammering maiden. Be nice. Child, I sift people to find dancers. Do you understand? Let us see whether you can master these steps. So this quest unlocks the emote, ballroom dance. That's how they do it in high society, huh? I can be the lass with class. Just watch. I love the tail. Hideous, grotesque. Your dancing stands alongside the calamity in its horror. Wow. Well, those words might cow your high-born ladies, Master Guilano. But where I come from, we take our lumps and keep on twirling. Now, what exactly didn't you like? Child, you rely overly much on appearances. You go from pose to pose, pleasing to pleasing. That is not dance, but crude fascination. Adventurer, look sharp. Take your turn on the floor. That's right. Well, okay. To help Pimolman, let's go. There you are. I can't take my eyes off you. I mean, you're not exactly good. You'd be picking rotten orange pits out of your eyebrows if you did that at the market, but it's a story, isn't it? A dance is a story, and I have nothing to say because I haven't lived, just made a living. Aye, child, ale-glazed eyes are easy to please, and you have squandered these years striking your poses when you could have learned a craft. Still, you have courage, I'll warrant that. I weary of teaching so many who may have lived, but in ways too alike. I wonder if you have courage enough. Do you dare start anew, to be a dancing girl no longer, to learn a true craft? I dare. I will learn the craft of adventuring. Do you adventure for fun or gain? Do you have to be very good with weapons? Those moves you make with your arms, is that some fighty thing? I want what you've got, darling. The way to the grand ball is through quests and dungeons. I'll learn to slug, and I'll learn to dance. Oh my god. Thank you, my lady. Thank you. I'm off to the Adventurers Guild. You've taught me so much, and I'll never forget that dance you showed me. Don't look at me. Did she choose a mere adventurer over me, master among masters? Yes. My airship departs this strange city soon. Dance your rude yet puissant dance, adventurer. Mayhap you'll affect more aspirants, as you did Pummelmin. Ah, and mayhap I shall hang up my dancing shoes and start anew. Did I just cause a dance master to quit his job? Well, obviously not, because he's gone to catch his airship. Words, mister, just words. Help me, Lord of the Dance, complete. And if you wondered what all that rigmarole was about, we're going to head on over. You've learnt the emote, Ball Dance. We're going to head on into our emotes, which you can find. Now, if you're playing controller, I'm not quite sure how you'll get there. I think it's just through the menus. But if you're playing keyboard and mouse, you'll go down to the bottom corner here where these little red dots are. You'll roam across until you get to social, which is the second last dot on the end. And you will grab your emotes, and then you will go into where this lovely green dot is going to show you have a new emote. No, green dot, what are you doing? And you'll see Ball Dance. Now, if you hover over Ball Dance and look down the bottom here in this box, you'll see the command you need to type in. So it's Ball Dance or /Ball Dance or /B Dance. But you know what? We don't feel like typing when we want to dance, so we're going to grab our dance. We're going to chuck it down here where we can just click on it whenever we feel like it. Click on that, the little green dot goes away. I don't know about you, but I find them. Misty. Oh, I clicked on Ball Dance. Stop dancing, girl. What are you doing? All right, how are we looking for our quests in Uldar? Right, I see. Okay, Corpse Groom. Okay, that's via Duty Finder. I can't sign on for that at the same time as I sign on for Labyrinth of the Ancients. Peace for Thunlan. That's an unlock quest for our Amalja Beast Tribe. Beast Tribe reminds me that we do have a delivery to make to the Exile before it runs out. Right, Thread of Intimacy. The Arcanist's Tome is our alchemy. Old Wisdom, New Ways. Rightio. We're nailing these down because we now have 23 out of 30 quests. It's insane. Let's go. We need U-logs. We need to visit the Exile. So let's go to Gridania. We are going to go and we're going to go to Bent Branch Meadows because we also need Lavender and Majoram, I think it was. So, Bent Branch Meadows. Boom diddly oom. I know, all about the crafting while we wait for a dungeon or a trial to pop. It is a bit early in the morning for it to pop, but you know what? You never know your luck in the city. I've said that often enough before and had it pop almost while I was saying it. So, jump into our botany gear, which is over here. And then, okay, I've got my sneak on already. So Lavender is over in this area. Do we have we got a scythe equipped? We do. Do we have any, no, we don't have any better equipment, so we are going to have to work on that. Man, I do need to roll through those main story quests to access Ishgard's traders. We haven't collected any of these. We are going to collect one of them at a time just to get the extra bonus for collecting something for the first time. And then I might go and gather one more patch worth of lavender. So we just toddle on over this way. So this is for our echo drops. No, we're not gathering from the budgie, okay? The budgie is not a gathering point. Neither is Komasan. Will you just... Thank you. Alright, we can do a few things. We have a 60% chance of a gatherer's boon thing, so let's get that. Increase that to 70. We can get one extra thingamywhatsit, so that will help. Let's just grab that. We're not going to go quick gathering because I still have GP to spend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my lavender. I'm going to hit Bountiful Harvest, grab some more lavender, hit Bountiful Harvest, grab some more lavender. I know eventually I'll deplete this node. And do it one more time. Beautiful. We don't need any more lavender. What we need now is marjoram. Can I fly? I can fly, right? Yes, because we finished a Realm Reborn. We knew that. Do I have Geyser Greens? I have 47 of them. Right, that's okay. So what we're doing now is we're going over... Whoops, wrong area. Over this way, where we're looking for, I think it was marjoram. I will check out first before we do it. So we'll go N. Into recipe search. Find echo drops. Yeah, marjoram. Rightio. Bird will drop us off when we right click on that. Clearly we've been here before, which we would have had to have done for the gathering quest. Once again, 60%. I know, it's a fate. What level is it? Level 10. What level alt classes have we got? Lancer would do it. Let's collect our marjoram as soon as we finish this fate. We might as well pick up another medallion. We've got 6 of them. That's enough to buy 2 more yokai. That's okay. Lancer, check for better gear. We're not putting the coral armor lay on because if we do, we won't collect a medallion, so that's fine. We're going to level sync, and I think, if I remember rightly, so we have 14 minutes. If I remember rightly, this particular thing is up on this log bridge. Alright, try not to target the hornet swarm by mistake. I know, rah! It makes me laugh every time. And we're just going to spend a couple of minutes running up and down a log, collecting budgies, or murdering budgies as the case may be. I know. Man, I'm missing the combat doing this crafting. But this is another way of leveling. That one's dead. You don't need to kill it again. You won't get points for it. Budgie, finish that off. Yep. So once you get used to the pattern of their appearances, you'll find it relatively easy to... Rock. I know, they sound like Grandma having a bad hair day. Where's it gone? There it is. Just a bit quick now. Oh, whoops, that was a hornet swarm. Oh, well. That's okay. Now it's one less hornet swarm to miss target. Let's go this way. What? Well, okay then. Now I guess we can jump back into being a botanist. Did we get a yokai medal? We did indeed. We'll jump back into being a botanist. That was kind of fun. And toddle on down this way. Grab our vegetation patch. And we're going to go Pioneer's Gift. Let me have some extra, pretty please. And with the extra again. And with a little bit more extra while I still have points. And I don't know, what am I doing now? Nope, nothing. Grab that one. Did I just... Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. So now we have our ingredients for our echo drops. The next thing we needed was our ingredients, a U log, I think, for our hard leather grimoire. So we are going to head on over, I think it was Hawthorne Hut. And it was just to the left as you looked at the screen. So let's go and find that. I know, we got this. So we'll see if this is correct. I think I'm actually going the wrong way. I am going the wrong way. This won't be yew logs. This will be something else entirely. Oh, but we haven't gathered any of these. So let's just gather these because they're worth points and they'll help us level. So we've got that. Rightio. I know this is how your backpack gets full of junk. We will get rid of it later. This is where we'll find our yew logs in the yellow. We could put our spares on the market board, except that we're probably going to need our spares for future crafting. So maybe not. At least it's not a long trek to get to it, is all I can say. Right, yew log, yew branch, fairy apple, back to yew log. Oh, wind shard is no, back to yew log. All right, that is probably enough yew logs to do our thingy wants it in, because they just want the raw. There it is. So we'll grab this one. Oh, fairy apple seeds. We will get that. Those things don't occur very often. And you don't get a lot of them. Right, 33% chance of doing the thing. Increases the chance. Yep, let's do that. Beautiful. Let's grab this. All right. So what I did was I increased the chances of Gatherer's Boon, which gives you an extra one whenever you trigger it. And then I've increased the chances, or it did increase the chance of getting something on our next thing. That should be enough yew logs. All right. So echo drops were for our thing. Tarantula. Let's have a quick look and see where we find tarantulas. Because if we're going to go and visit our company, we might as well. I might got my caps lock on. Tarantula. We might as well do this. Because I can't spell. Not a tarantula. Thank you. Tarantula. Lower parts of South Shroud. Okay. Let's go get that. We need 10 of them. Because it's a gathering quest for our grand company. This is another way to boost up your gathering classes in a not too short a time. Until you reach a point with your grand company where you can no longer find the things because you have leveled yourself out of the area that you have access to. Does occasionally happen. Alright, it happens quite a lot if you're very efficient at this. Oh dear. I'm not being very efficient at the moment though. Rightio, lush vegetation patch. Zippity-doo-dah, on over this way. We are going to gather our wildfowl feather, our flax, and a white truffle. I found that botanist too. XP is always good. And an ice shard because I don't really want anything else. Alright, that's clearly not the patch we're after, but I do see a different patch in yellow over here. Grand Company. Oh yeah, we could do Grand Company levs as well. That would help us earn a little bit. Alright, but we're doing this first. Too far away? Not anymore, it's not. Okay. Yeah, I should have done before I started. I should have eaten something. Gathering, kind of. Alright, we have a 1% chance of boon with Tarantula, but we really need now to boost our ability to pick it up. So we're going to go and we're going to do Field Mastery too. Now I have a 79%. I don't think it stacks, but we'll try it anyway. Yeah, no. That's okay. Let's see how many strikes it takes to find ourselves a tarantula. Well, actually, we need to find 10 of them, so... Alright. 3 off that one. Where's my next tree? Over here. Bird, get your little feathered tushy back here. I know, I do drag him around when I'm doing gathering, because if I come across a fate that I can do... Actually, where are the fates for Komasan again? Central Shroud. Right. Really? Well, okay then. We'll improve our chances here. Grab this. and then we'll improve our chances of that. If you're only doing one hit at a time, you've got a good chance of your gathering points replenishing. All right, where are we at? 6? No, 5. 5 little tarantulas. Right. Here we go. All right, because I'm out of points, I'm just going to get quick gathering, and we're going to get that to run. We're just going to let our GP build up while we gather what we can. That should be about 8 tarantulas. We need 2 more to get 10, but we'll double check our numbers in a tick. Over here. Still got quick gathering on. That doesn't turn off automatically. Now we're at level 37 for botanist. Good. Righty, let's check our inventory. Checking our tarantulas. We have 12 of them. Excellent. So I now have my tarantulas. I can go make my echo drops. What do I want to do next? We are currently in the shroud. So we want to go to Full Gourd Float. And the reason we want to go to Full Gourd Float is because we have to deliver some stuff to the XIV so that we can start building up our reputation with them. So let's go and do that. We won't pick up all the side quests here. I'm not ready to do those yet. We need to pivot around toward the forest side of things, grab our bird because we can fly. That makes life easier. And head on over to where the XIV camp is. Now, to deliver stuff to the XIV, we're going to need to be a disciple of the hand. There we are. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a talk to the Mansipal. Deliverance. The Akadal Mansipal has a job fit for an adventurer, which most likely means fetching something.
Scrock, our supplies dwindling they are. Featherless one we seek. A featherless one to fill our houses of wares. Master Russell demands swiftness he does, ever prudent he is. Scrock, which items are dwindling, you ask? Why, all featherless, Nuka. Be some more than others. Which some more than others? No, this one does not. No, the foreman does. No, this one does not. No, the foreman does. Go to the foreman. Long is my list. Anything in orange is super duper important to do. We're not giving them a bronze bastard sword. I probably have that equipped. So this one's worth 1888 XP. Let us deliver ourselves some high quality fish glue. Yep, so we have 10 out of 30. So as you can see, you've got a limit to how many points you can deliver. It does not look like I'm getting any extra bits. I'm earning 7,552 XP, but I am on a preferred server, which means I'm getting a server boost, and I'm probably also getting an armory boost because this class is lower than the others. Met is your quota. Crates they are full. Report to the Mansipal. You must hurry.
Alright, that counted as Featherless Nuka. Featherless friend may hear of your deeds. Alright, so we've earned 2 venture coins, 600 gil, 13,650 XP, increased our Ixali relations by 70, and someone thought giving me a moonstone was a good idea. Alright, that leveled me to level 27. While we're here, let us pick up quests from Ahuatan the Able. You'll notice that you used up 1 quest allowance. Tanning agents for treating materials used to craft airship ladder we require. A simple task for a featherless one skilled as you, Yazel trusts. A skilled craftswoman and listener both. Now, I won't read through all of these after I've read through them once, okay?
Yazel hopes you are. For the aid of featherless chatterbox you require to use these materials. Squawk! For this component, the facilities of Demeter you must utilize.
Right. Misdirected woo. That'll be Demeter as well. Able though he may be, there are some situations which Yazel Ahuatan the Able cannot resolve by himself. You do not have to be an alchemist to do these quests. You can be any crafting class, and you only have to be level 1. Accept that.
Squawk! The one who, too, would be able. Come, she is. Then to Yazel lend a hand, that we might both escape the claws of the hard. Pluck my posterior bare she shall, if water-resistant paint for the bladder lining we do not provide. Able to craft this component himself, Yazel is, were it not for Ekator's dearth of facilities. Squahawk! Those of Hurstmill suffice they shall, but welcome within their walls Yazel is not. With featherless chatterbox, featherless craftswoman should speak.
Right, we can do that. Blow ye winds. An able Ixal keeps able allies close, and Yazel, a Huatan the able, praise you are one such woman. Okay.
Ill tidings, featherless craftswoman. Waylaid by featherless ones our carrier has been. Squahawk! Trapped at best, dead at worst, Yazel fears. Of the essence time was, so risky route near Treespeak stables I bade him take. Larboard hull component materials to Akato he was to bring. For the finish to prepare the plating, materials precious and essential, nearly depleted our supply is. If yet alive, likely in hiding the carrier is. Know you for friend he may not, so with the wind to him you must whisper. Words of power they are, known only to Ekato and their allies. Squawk!
Sigh. Hey, why do I have a purple quest down here? Oh, let's do that first, before we turn in any quests. This should advance our level, really? We're at that point already? We are at that point already. Oh, because we did that delivery. Oh, awesome. A designer job. Sazul appears concerned for the well-being of one of his crew. He does he?
Squahawk, Mistwalker, a task for you Sazul has. In Sazul's crew, mechanical engineer by name of Bozol Adwan there is. Left camp to acquire component materials for engine Bozol did but return he does not. Without vital part for propulsion system, continue with construction we cannot. Squawk! Have Mistwalker search for missing Bozol and drag him back here, Sazul would. Went somewhere to south, engineer did. Yes, somewhere south.
Somewhere south, you say? Right. So this quest is the one we're going to put priority on doing, but we're going to do the other quest. We're just not going to turn them in until this one has been turned in, because otherwise all of our reputation points will not count. So we have Dementors, Trust but Verify, Blow Ye Winds, and a designer job. Let's go down this way then. Turn. Grab bird, or dog, or whatever. Horse, in this case, and away we go. So we know that we're heading for this particular one. Man, if I clip that balloon, I'm going to have angry exile down my throat. Away we go. Oh, I did forget a very important thing. Okay. What level is the quest we're doing? I'm just going to jump into my white mage this time around, because I think I actually need to be level 40 in my combat. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to have angry critters after me. So one of the things to remember with Exile is, yes, you take it as a crafter, but you you need to be in combat mode for the first half of them usually. Let's go. Edwan the exact.
Squawk, Bozol's arm. Squawk, stay back. Come at Chief Totolok's orders you have. No, away with you. Be caught by others, featherless one will.
No, not really.
Caw, yet try to flutter free, do you? Hard to fly on broken wing, yes. Finished our game with you, we have not. Enough fun you have had. Miss your fawning presence, your goddess will. Shark, such insolent screeching. Make self target for torment, you do. Enough pointless resistance. Time to rejoin flock and devote yourself to divine Garuda it is.
No, it really isn't.
Scrack, where did you come from, no feathers? This one's pet, are you? Cease your glaring or snap your arm too, chieftain will. Go, return to snivelling Sazul and give him message you shall. Cease this skulking about in forest he must, or find himself and crew buried beneath boughs he will. Answer now to goddess, all Ixal do. Divine Garuda, terrible and beautiful Garuda.
Oh, I forgot. Last time I did a lot of voices like this, my voice just cracked it and wouldn't work for a couple of days. Some were grateful. Bozzle.
Ha! Glad they tired of their sport I am. Based at logging grounds that chieftain is. Taken actions of a cattle 9 as personal insult he has. Oh, Bozzle's arm, useless it is. Ruined Bozzle for his craft they have. Wish to rely on Featherless One, Bozzle does not, but take these materials you must. Necessary for, whoops, I've lost it. Without components, cerulean propulsion engine remains incomplete, and without propulsion system, no better than fancy balloon vessel will be. Artisan you are, yes? Leave this task in your hands, Bozzle shall. At place your people called Treespeak Stables, find well-equipped workshop you will. Unlike Bozzle, need for sneaking in and using at night, you have not. Scrark! Burn like fire, Bozzle's arm does. Go, Featherless One. Must do what Bozzle cannot. Okay, you go mend, Bozzle. Now, there are 2 missions I have at Treespeak Stables, so rather than go straight there, we are going to go and get breaking, hang on, this one, Blow Ye Winds. We might stop in at Breaking Bud on the way through. What are we in? We're in North Shroud, so it doesn't count as a champion medal, but it will count as a thing. Where are we? Oh, these are Opos. All right, let's go over here. Right. Why? Because I have a ranged character equipped. Level sync. What we're going to do is we're going to let the bird take care of the first one we hit with Airy, and then we're going to go back and help the bird if we can, if we need to. We're going to watch what our auto-targeter does because it's mean and it will get us into trouble every chance it gets. I know, I'm looking right at what I want to take, right? So be aware, we're doing this in hugely overpowered gear. We're still getting mangled a little bit though because we're not actually being careful, we're being a bit hyper confident. So let's just grab our 6, a 7 and heal ourselves. Rightio. Now we'll beat up this Opo. And we'll switch target to this Opo. I've got 2 minutes 40 to do this in. Switch target again. Okay, bird can take care of that one. Bird, take care of this one. And we just keep up a steady array of you, backstabbing little brute you. A steady rate of fire. And it's as easy as that. We'll just heal ourselves just a little bit. What's that? Is that my cure? That's my cure. Okay, that needs to be over on 5. This is cure 3. It needs to be on. It needs to be. Wait, no. Cure 3 is on 5. My bad. Cure 1 needs to be on 6, and cure 2 needs to be on 7, because that's the way it works. Now, what do we have to do with this guy? We have to, with the wind, I think is what we've got to whisper. So let's have a quick chat with the Cattle 9 character. And with our chat in say, not in party. Just go with the wind. Did I not get it right? Uh-oh. Sorry, let me check what I have to do for this one. Blow ye winds. Alright. Featherless Duca, back you must stay, or a second time I will demand.
With the chat in say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter the password with the wind to let the Cattle 9 character know you are a friend. So we did it right. Let's try putting in capitals and we'll see if that makes a difference. Don't bother saying it until you're out of this chat box. Make sure he's highlighted. Now hit enter.
Squawk, with a wind, Featherless Nuka is. Relieved and contrite I am. All Nukas look alike to me, they do. As a friend of our cattle, recognize I did not. Deliver the materials in my stead, I would ask, but that alone suffice it will not. Too late this shipment is. Completed components we must now deliver. Scrack! Open to all featherless. The facilities of Tree Speak stables are there. Craft 3 larboard hull components. Featherless friend can. Other recourse we have not. Right, now we'll go to Tree Speak, which is just up this hill and around the corner. There we go. Nelimond. Hi. A designer job is the one we're prioritizing. Greetings, the crafting facility here at Tree Speak Stables is primarily for the purpose of forging tools for the stable hands, but our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all. So we'll hand over the propulsion materials. Ah, I see you've some quality materials you wish to process. Our workshop may not be located in the fanciest of establishments, but I will personally vouch for the integrity of each and every piece of equipment. Now, having inspected your materials, I believe I've calculated the optimum amount required to craft the component you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesizing magic. And we won't bother just doing one, we'll grab him again. He will literally say the same thing again, so we won't read it a second time. And then what I will do is I'll jump into my character and note that I'm still wearing the wrong gloves, so we'll go Control I, we'll open this up. We'll go into our glove section, we'll find our Acardal wrist gloves and we'll put those on, otherwise it will not let us craft. I won't update my gear set to include them because that would be annoying. And now we're going to do what we should have done to start with. We're going to grab these. We're going to grab these 5 things and put them at the top. They'll kick out the other ones we've got. And it will go map. A relic reborn Thyrus is the other reason we're increasing our crafting because we can't make it yet. We need to be crafting level 50. So there is that. Did I? Oh, my white mage is wearing the wrong gloves. Let's jump into our alchemist. We started the quest as an alchemist. We need to finish it as an alchemist. So let us jump back into our character. Jump back into our thingamywhatsit. Grab our gloves again and put them back on right. Okay. Now we'll make our theme. Alright, it doesn't like it when you do this many. We are doing a designer job. We need to make propulsion engine component. We also need to make larboard hull components. Let's get those up in our N. Propulsion. E should be enough to bring it up. We've got to make sure we pick the one that we're dressed for. So alchemy. We're making this. We synthesize it. You'll notice quick synthesis is not available. We need a recommended craftsmanship of 22. We have a craftsmanship of 93, so we should manage this without any troubles. Let's go. Study it. Let's not be overconfident though. We'll still use all the things we need to use. Use innovation, basic touch, tricks of the trade, basic touch. Oh, we don't need to do that again, my bad. I know, veneration and synthesis. Right, we need to make one of those. Our next thing we need to make are larboard hull components. So LARBO 1L, otherwise it'll never find it. Larboard H. Alright, back down to alchemy. We're going to make 3 of them. It will not let us quick synth it, so we're just going to have to do it the long way. So once again, observe, innovate, tricks of the trade. Innovate, tricks of the trade, basic, standard, veneration, and synthesis. And then we're going to do all of that again because we have 2 more to make. So 1 and 2 and 3 and tricks and 4 and venerate and again with the synthing. And last but not least, synthesize. It can be a bit of a slog to do
to do these to get them up to the level, but it's worth doing. You get access to mounts. Oops, my bad. Well, it'll do. Minions, crafting materials that you need later on for other quests. And, oops. Yeah, I'm all over the place. And once you hit your maximum level, you never have to come back to them. Unless you need the tokens to buy it. Right, that's done. Let's go and get the other two done. We are going over to visit the lovely Delmeta, who is over here where this shield is. We're currently dressed as our crafter, which we need to be for this part when we visit Delmeta, but for the next part we may have to change back to our combat class. Doo, doo, doo. Doo, doo. There we go. Enter Demeter. Trust but verify. Oh my, you wish to use these facilities? They are lovely, aren't they? I do my utmost to keep them in tip-top condition, you know. Regular cleaning and maintenance is far more essential than most people realize. However, as much as I'd love to let you do so, I must ask that you do something in exchange. Worry not, it's nothing too difficult. Just a simple favor. I do have to clean up after you, you know. Know you of Opo-Opos? Dreadful little scamps, always stealing my Muntai beans. One in particular has given me no end of trouble, and I will suffer it no longer. Pray use these ripe beans to lure him out from his lair near Eorzea spire and end his reign of terror. And though it's a grisly thing to ask, I must insist that you return with proof of the deed. A fang or a claw or something of that nature. Nothing too large, mind you. I don't want it as a trophy to hang on my wall. I'm not a monster. And the other quest? I know that look. You've a mind to use these facilities, don't you? It's hardly the first time, suffice it to say. I find it quite flattering, actually, and who wouldn't? That the facilities I've worked so hard to maintain are in such high demand is high praise indeed. However, that same demand means that I cannot allow unrestricted access. I'm sorry to say. Oh, don't look at me like that. Can you imagine the state they would be in if I let every traveller have the run of the place? It'd be no better than a pigsty. But worry not, you may use them if you take this lunch to Paulamont and Eorzea spire. A simple delivery should be no trouble for a strapping adventurer like yourself. Oh, and do remember to bring me any empty containers you may have. I reuse them, you see. One must never be wasteful. We won't pick up her quest. We're not doing the Gridanian classes and quests yet, so we'll leave that for the minute. We now have 2 missions out near Eorzea spire, which means I've reduced some of the toing and froing. It also means I should probably be my white mage again. I know this is hideously overpowered, but I haven't brought a secondary class up to a point where it can do these, so we're going to have to just cope. I know, right? Down here, where we're going to lure out a monster with some Muntai beans. Try doing that with your crafter. Actually, I don't advise it, but I mean, if you want, you really can. Let's find the point we need. There, down there. Marked territory. Mark, this is your territory, will you? Well, let's change that. Bladder, no. Ripe Muntai beans. I could have just picked the thing next to it. Right. It's salivating and spraying saliva in my general direction. Not for long it isn't. Right, that's done. Technically, we do not need to have our warrior class for this, or our magic class. We can be our crafter because there's no danger here. But let's talk to Paulamont. God save me, today's the day, isn't it? She'll be here at any moment. Yes. Here's your meal. Is that from Demeter? Thank you. Here, don't forget this. No need for her to come all this way to fetch an empty sack. Am I right? Oh, I think he's disappointed that she didn't come herself. That's funny. Oh dear. There's so many hidden little things in this game. Little aspects of the NPCs. Alrighty, back over this way. And down. Oh. Demeter, hi. Trust but verify. As I told you before, you're more than welcome to make use of these facilities, provided you deal with that dastardly Opo first. Oh, and as a precaution, I must ask you present your materials for inspection as well. You would be shocked at what some people have tried to make here. I probably would. My word, is that really? Oh, gods, I can't bear to look at it. Take it from my sight and dispose of it, but not in the river. Now then, deep breaths. Though unusual, I don't believe your materials could be used for evil ends. Here you are. You'll note I didn't return them all. There are several times the required materials, it would seem. However, whoever entrusted this task to you left a note in the bag. To featherless Nuka, give only required parts. In case of failure, retain spares. Huh? What in the world is a Nuka? Never mind. It's a compliment, I think. I do so hope Polemont wasn't disappointed that I couldn't deliver his meal in person. I trust you've brought the empty sack. Oh, and as a precaution, I must ask that you present your materials for inspection as well. You would be shocked by what some people have tried to make here, believe me. Here are my materials and one empty meal sack. There you are. My word, would you look at how spotless it is? Nothing more satisfying than seeing that that your friend didn't leave a single crumb. Yes, your materials. Though unusual, I don't believe they could be used for evil ends. Here you are. You'll note I didn't return them all. There are several times the required materials, it would seem. Whoever entrusted this task to you left a note in the bag. To featherless Nuka, give only required parts in case of failure, retain spares. Huh, what in the world is a Nuka? Hmm, foreign language for friend, maybe? Right, okay. Let's go with our alchemist, seeing as that's what we started the thing with. We go N. What are we making in Demeter's workshop? Let's have a look in our journal. I don't need that marked anymore, and I don't need that marked anymore. We do need this one, so we are making a bladder component and a bladder lining component. Well, let's just get them up in the same list so we don't have to bounce. So I'm going to go bladder. And there we are. We have both of them up. We go down to alchemy. And it looks like we're making just one. Thank goodness. What? Sigh. That's because I didn't update my thingamywhat's, didn't it? Yes. Control I. Over into hands. Get out a cuddle wrist gloves. Make sure we have equipped them. And now we're going to make our components. They're very fussy about us using the right equipment here for some reason. If you ever lose them, you can actually purchase some more from their vendor, which is kind of helpful. And again. And we do that. Veneration and synthesis. And then we will grab our bladder lining component. We have the materials. And we go. Observe. Innovate. Don't be like that. We will use tricks of the trade in case we need it. Basic touch. Stop. We didn't need standard touch. My bad. Never mind. Tricks of the trade. Just to top it up. Veneration. Tricks of the trade. Just get in the habit of hitting that whenever it occurs. That way you will be less likely to run out of CP. It's not a necessary step for something like this, but it comes in handy. Lovely. That's all done. Now the first quest we want to turn in is the quest that advances our Allied Society standing. Because if you don't turn that in once you hit that max point, you won't earn any more points. Any more reputation points, you'll just forfeit them. So do this one first. And do these whenever they come up, or again you'll forfeit your rep points that you're working so hard to get. Alright, Scrark! Worried for Mistwalker, Sazul was. Returned and explained all Bozol did. Snapping of bones, nasty chieftain's threats. Prevent Mistwalker from crafting components Sazul feared he would. Yep, but he didn't. Here you are, one high quality component. Very good, very good. Oh, Mistwalker, 2 bigfuls of gratitude, Sazul does. First for finding Bozol, and second for crafting engine component. Being tended for injury, Bozol is short-sighted dogs. They can pray all day to Goddess, but grow back flying feathers it will not. Yet air in abundance they have, right there between their own ears. Scrack! This Goddess, you speak of worshipping the primal Garuda, yes? Worship? Yes. No means of mechanical propulsion have balloons. Slave to whims of wind they are. To control direction of their vessels, make use of enchanted air stones, they do. Infused with blessings of Garuda, these artifacts are. Stone creates wind. Wind moves balloon. Simple concept, but efficient and effective it is not. And always costly gifts of Goddess are.
Scrack, feathered demon, promise Ixal much Goddess does, but work only to satisfy Garuda's cruel desires, as all people do. Answer their fervent prayers, Goddess never will. That is why Ekatul 9 broke ties with Garuda. Rely on own skill and perseverance we shall. Prefer to adopt Featherless One's technology we do.
That explains the hostile attitude of the Logging Grounds chieftain. He sees the Ekatul 9 as heretics and betrayers of their own kind.
Yes, think us worst kind of Ixal they do. Caw, caw, caw. But also intend to lie at feet of Tataramu's chieftains we do not. Fly we shall. Fly beyond the clouds. Yet take much more time now it will. Wait until Bozol's arm is healed we must. Draft technical designs for Dazul Kalan no one else can.
Sazul, if you need someone to draft airship designs, then I am your Lalafell.
Training you say you have, but what of patience, of dedication? Regret making offer lightly you will.
I am as serious as I have ever been. In fact, I have already started drafting improvements to your engine assembly. By incorporating my own ideas, I believe you can reduce the weight of the propulsion system by 20% while still retaining its current power output.
Toy with your dream. With our dream you must not. Should Tataramu's designs be flawed, use skin for covering vessels' wings, Sizzle will.
He's not worried, is he?
Tataramu draws designs and Mistwalker crafts components. Very odd indeed, Sizzle's crew has become. Scrack, so be it. Now official members of Ekatul 9 you are. Continue reaching for sky we shall.
Alrighty. So that is 50,000 XP for our alchemist. Hopefully. Let's have a look. Ekatul 9 reputation up. Your reputation has increased. You have achieved recognized with Ekatul 9. New Ixal Society daily quests are now available from Mathuli Katlan the Hard at Ekatul. Yes, they are. And this is where the fun part of doing society quests starts to kick in, because you start to see the improvements at each society place. It's very cool. Anyway, thanks to your diligent efforts, construction of the Dazul Kalan's tail assembly has begun. Continue assisting the Ekatul 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. Boom. We've attained 2 levels. That was by doing the Society Advancement quest. If we jump into C, we wander over to Reputation. We'll see we're now recognized. In A Realm Reborn, the societies have 4 levels. There's more when you get to the next area. Oh my god. But they all have these stories that you can follow. And, you know, everything else that you can unlock. So now that we've done that and our society points are actually going to count toward our reputation, let's turn these in. Trust but verify.
Squahaha! Return to one who would prove herself able is that a component she has brought?
I have indeed. Here you go.
Squahawk! Able indeed, Featherless One is. Within you lies great potential, as Chief Tatolok said. Potential in Yazel too, the chief once saw. Not wrong in either case, if it is more than clear to me. Scrack!
Right, so now we get 20 reputation from this point. Let's go with the next one. Misdirected Woo.
Feathered my precious posterior yet is, but not for long if Featherless Craftswoman does not deliver bladder lining component.
Here you go. Your feathered posterior is safe.
Squahawk! A gift to the Akadal your craftsmanship is, and a gift to Ixali maidens Yazel remains. Ah, Squahaha! Not more than jest, my words are, of course. Never would Matuli harm his tail feathers, Yazel knows. A buzzard to be feared the hard is, wear her claws, ye lest you suffer her wrath as I have.
Ah, man, you should not irritate your workmates. Achievement unlocked. 'Tis true without lying 3. We just achieved level 30. Yes, we are going to have ourselves a little desynthesization spree in a minute. Oh my god, thank goodness.
Squawk! Without component materials, soon halt construction of the Dazul Kalan will. Disastrous for Akadal and Yazel this would be.
It would indeed, my friend. Here you go.
Squahawk! Materials I expected, yet components you have brought? My mind waylaid courier and featherless crafter did read. Squahaha! Initiative Yazel values much in his allies. Who better than able allies to prove Yazel's own ableness, I say? Rise ever higher I will, with the aid of featherless craftswoman and her ilk.
Oh, goodness. Let's go. We'll complete that quest. All right, you'll notice it says 18,000 in the awards. We're getting double that because we're on a preferred server and because there's a bit of a difference, I think, in our armory. However, we've now earned ourselves some more quests that we can do, and provided we have the allowance for it, let's jump into timers, check. So we have 8 allowances remaining. Awesome. Batuli Catalan, the hard. Let's go of rodents and rigging. Mathuli Catlin the Hard appears hard-pressed to keep her emotions in check. Oh, she does she?
Squawk! Pluck Mathuli dead. Stolen materials for airship rigging Chakern have. Essential for connecting air bladder and hull rigging is, without it, airship fly without us. What materials taken? Oils for making special grease used when weaving fibrous metal into cable. Kept in storage pot they were. After taking pot, flee for older springs thieving rats did. Go there and retrieve components, no feathers must. With materials, have you make 2 sets of high-quality rigging components Matuli would. Go to Folgod Float you must and ask permission of Hildeyear to use crafting facility.
Uh-huh. What evil lurks in the hearts of golems? An unforeseen delay has given Mathuli Katlan the hard cause for concern. Right.
Urgent need of high-quality deck component we have. No feathers can craft Matuli knows. Quality pitch for caulking deck seams, distilled from special materials, stolen materials. Actually, stolen, not most appropriate word. Shale Golem in Alder Springs make angry by death of Clay Golem took them. Matuli is told. As trophy? Who knows? Fathom workings of Golem mind, Matuli does not. Sure to summon Shale Golem once more, death of Clay Golems is. Yet wear him you must. Dangerous if not weakened, Shale Golem is. Doused with dissolving agent, he has nothing to fear. Recover materials, I ask, then take to Folgod Float for crafting.
Alright, and last but not least, if my voice will hold, 1 Ixal's Buzzard. Right, Mathuli Catlan is bristling with anger. It seems to be her common state.
Be gone, no feathers, driven mad by incompetent carrier Mathuli is. Rah! Wait, solution to problem. No feathers could be. Skilled with hands and swift with legs, no feathers is.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare high-quality rust-resistant agent for engine casing, Mathuli would ask, but yet to arrive materials have. Lost in woods carrier is, near Spriggan-Dick, most like. Many times before this has happened, to Buzzard, high as honor to him you must first say, know you as friend only then he will.
You want me to go to the Spriggan-Dick? You know I'm not going as a crafter. Alright, let us. I know, look, there's a fate. Mm-hmm. We're gonna try and be a bit disciplined, but it's a fate, and we have medals to collect. Oh dear. All right, over here, rodents and rigging. We were stealing things back from the Chakern. That's right. There's a little Chakern encampment down here. Now, if you were doing this at the level you're supposed to, you would probably be in a lot of trouble about now. But given that we're level 60 and they're level 29, those things are just pretending they can't see us. That may not stop all of them, however, but let's see what happens. All right, I shall be ever subtle and sneak out of here. The next thing we need, I think, is in the next area. So let's go for a little jog. Because I think the courier is just on the other side of the bridge near the Spriggan Dig. So we'll grab our bird or our pony or whatever happens to come to hand. And we'll go this way. There he is. He's like, I am not going over there. Those things are fierce. You're right, my friend. Okay.
With your way, powerful magics I wield. Prepare to defend myself, I am.
With the chat mode in Say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter the password High as Honor to let the Acadal 9 carrier know you are a friend. Alright, make sure he's highlighted or he just won't hear you because he pretends he's deaf. Selective hearing he is. Was it? High as, oh dear, I've forgotten. I know, too much chit chat. Into J. My bad. Let's try that again. What are you doing? J, thank you. Alright, down to rodents and rigging. No. Exile's buzzard. High as honor. You'd think I could remember that. Take out the J's or it won't recognize. Well, it might.
Ah, friend of Mathuli you are. Squawk. Pursued by bloodthirsty whalers I was, now saved from certain death. Eh? No feathers and crafter both than these materials you take. Make high-quality engine casing component for Mathuli. With permission of Hildegard, facilities in Folgord you can use. To Folgord you go and take materials.
All right, Bossy Britches. Right, now the next one. Yeah, it's definitely not there. We need to fly back. Across the Spriggan Dig. Up the road. We're going to go find ourselves a sandstone golem by murdering some clay golems. But I think we need to do that in a specific area. And we have to remember to drench it with stuff. Scientific term stuff. Radio. Fly across the thing toward the orange circly bit. And descend down into this area. We're just going to drop down here. And I'm going to make sure that quest is sitting at the top so I can just be a bit lazy. So I'm going to get rid of Old Wisdom, New Ways. We're going to drop on down to this one. It's now level 3. What evil lurks? So we now have this dissolving agent we want to use. Right, get off the pony. Pony does not need to be involved. Do I have anything more spell-like to do? No. Radio. Well, we'll just eat that then. An extra 3% of XP is not to be sneezed at. Where's my bird? Bird, get your fluffy tail right here. And look behind you. Oh, for goodness sake, don't stand there. Oh. Well, okay then. So now that he's highlighted, we go across to our quest and we dump the dissolving agent on his head because we're going to stand as stupid to do this. Ow. Probably don't stand as stupid. Wait till he starts casting, then move behind him and dump the dissolving agent on his head. Would be probably better. What did he... Right. Now, let's go to Hildegard. When I stop sticking the keys together. Actually, we don't even need to do that. Let us grab M for map and poke this this etherite over here. No running involved. We'll just get there. Rightio. And we are off to Hildegard. And we're still waiting in Duty Finder. I know. One day my prince will come. It's alright. I think in a couple of episodes what I'll do is I'm going to work my way through those dungeons that we've unlocked. And we'll just ignore what the main story is doing. So let's go to Hildegard of Rodents and Rigging. Hello again, adventurer. Come to avail yourself of our fine facilities, I take it. Let's have a look at the materials you've brought. All right. Ooh, yet another curious collection of odds and ends, and a goodly amount besides, so that they don't get in your way while you work. I'll hold on to your excess materials until you need them. The crafting space is ready for your use. You may begin whenever you like. Now, I'm not going to reread her spiel for the next two, but she says pretty much the same thing. We can just grab these extra quests and click quickly through them. And then we'll go on to this one. We do have a time limit, it's just I'm not worried about not making it. So we'll hand those over. We'll go Control I to bring up our armory, jump into our gloves, grab our Cardinal 9 gloves and equip them. That was daft, because I need to be my alchemist. Then I need to grab my Cardinal 9 gloves and equip them. I think they're already on my hands. Yeah. Rightio. Back off, give Hildegard a little bit of space, maybe work in the light. There we go. We are making, J for journal, rodents and rigging. I'm just going to jot these down. We're making rigging components, rigcom. We are making deck components, so deck.com, and we are making an engine casing, so engine C. Okay, and we're just going to roll through those in our journal. We're going to go into recipe search, and we're going to try and spell things correctly so we don't upset the computer. A rigging C in alchemy, because that's what we currently are. And let's go. Observe it. Now, I've been noticing they don't care about high quality components. I'm just a little bit scared to not do them. Okay, and then down into here. And then that one. I think I've got one more of these to make. Alright. Yep. Let's get this one done. So again, observe. Innovate. Oh, okay. Tricks of the trade. Innovate. Basic touch. Venerate and basic synthesis, and I missed tricks of the trade on that. I know it's so easy to do too. Alright, that's that one done. So the next thing we needed to make were decking components. Deck C. I think it's deck C, not decking C. Yep. Alchemy. I'm going to make one of these things. Observe. Innovate. Tricks. Basic synthesis. Too easy. Venerate. Basic synthesis. Sorry, that was basic touch, not basic synthesis. Beautiful. And then the next thing we're going to make, well, I think it was engine casing components. Yeah. ENGINEC. Propulsion engine. No, engine casing components. Duck down to alchemy. Make sure we pick the right one. You'll know it's the right one, because if you do this, you'll have no ingredients, alright? So just duck down to the next one. Grab that one, and then we're going to go observe and innovate and basic touch. Ooh, standard touch. Venerate. I'm actually just going to use Master's Mend. I don't need to, but we will anyway. Tricks of the trade. And back this way. Boom. Now there is no Aetheryte at the XIV thing, so we're just going to have to fly on back and hand all these in. But we have done them all. So hopefully we'll level up another couple of levels in Alchemist before the day is out. We're at level 30 now, so once we've done these quests, I am going to do a little bit of housekeeping. And the reason we started our crafting journey was because I got tired of not being able to desynthesize things. Alright, Mathuli Katlan the Hard of Rodents and Rigging.
Retrieve materials you have and make components too? Excellent. Quickly, show them to Mathuli, you must.
There you go.
Scrock, such fine work Mathuli rarely sees. Mathuli gives compliments more rarely still, but very skillful with hands, no feathers is. Small wonder is it that Chief Totolok regards you well. With your help, no limit to what XIV can achieve there is.
Excellent. Now we're getting 24 in our XIV relations, and we're still getting some water shards, which is nice. Also venture components. Challenge complete, improving society somewhat. So does that mean I have earned another 1,000 gold? Hopefully. Okay, so in your challenge log, Allied Society quests is another thing that you can do to level up. So we didn't earn XP for this Allied Society quest, but we did earn 1,000 gold. And if we do, well, we won't get 15 of them done today because you can only have 12 a day. But if we do the rest of our Allied Society daily quest allowance, we will actually have another 2 grand. More importantly though, we are only one task off earning 10 grand, which is pretty nice. Alright, Mathuli Catlan the Hard, what evil lurks in the hearts of golems?
That component you have for me?
I do indeed.
Done well, No Feathers has. Much impressed Mathuli is by No Feathers' crafting and combat skills. A well-rounded individual Mathuli also aspires to be. When inscrutable golems will try to steal your materials, no one knows.
Thank you. Getting there. And last one.
Worthless buzzard you found? Then engine casing component you crafted?
I did. He's not worthless. He was just in trouble.
No Feathers is queen among kind, Mathuli say. Splendid work which will satisfy our needs, this is.
Oh my gosh.
Trade 10 worthless buzzards for 1 featherless nuker, Mathuli would. If No Feathers help soar higher than Garuda ever will, Ekatel9 shall.
I'm glad she has confidence. Boom, level 32. We were only level 30 a minute ago. When we started this this stream about 2 hours ago, we were level 22 with our thing. Now, while I'm here, let me just jump into this. We're going to upgrade our gear again, put our initiate's gloves back on, grab a recruit's mortar, make ourselves look beautiful, and we are going to make some echo drops for our company. So let us do that. N. Is it still listed in my recipe search? No, I have actually gone past it. Echo Ds. Rightio, we gathered the ingredients with our botanist. We're going to synthesize ourselves. We're going to go for high quality. It's not a starred... No, it's not a starred item. The black element is though. Okay. Let us go. So we are observing. This time it's actually important for us to have high quality. Innovating. Basic touching. Standard touching. Ugh, it's going to take forever. Okay, basic touching. I may not get to a high quality. We're going to go Master's Mend. Uh-oh, now we're in trouble. Venerate it. And basic synth it. We're in trouble because I need 3 more points in order to get my veneration down. Alright, let's see if we manage to make a high quality item in spite of ourselves. No. Well, that's okay. We'll live with that. It's fine, I tell you. Although now that we've made it, do I want to use all my ingredients up on that though? On the odd chance I may get a high quality. Yes, I do. We're going to make 10 of them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With this much discrepancy, I don't think we're going to get a set of high quality, so I might just drop them into the... I wonder if I can desynth them. Ooh, we'll have to check that. Desynth, that's the other thing I needed to do. Righty-ho. We have a minuscule chance of doing a high quality one. There it is. Yes. Okay, ending the synthesis and way too pleased with ourselves. Okay, what was I doing? We were having a little desynth party, Control I. Now, these things here cannot be desynthesized. So, okay, if I highlight it, sorry, did not mean to poke you. Whispering Ash Wand, if you go down the list to crafting and repairs, you'll see the little alchemy symbol, and that tells you what you need in order to desynthesize this thing as well. So we are going to desynthesize this. All right, got some crystals out of it which we need. We're going to do the same for this. If I desynthesize something I need, I am just going to craft it again. It'll be fine. Ash wand. As you can see, we have way too many of them. We are not going to desynth that. Let me just jump into my white mage because I don't have to be a crafter to do this. What am I wearing? Right, okay, so anything that's white mage and not that, we're going to kill. Radio. Desynth. Yes. Before we desynthesize anything, we're going to click on it. If it says retrieve materia, that's exactly what we're going to do. And then we're going to desynthesize it. So what we're doing now is we're increasing our desynthesization skill for this particular crafting class. And as you can see, we've now got a better chance of getting rare items. Pastoral oak cane is, no, that's a carpenter. Alright, let's find any more alchemy bits that we can do. Maple crook, no, that's carpentry. Actually, you know what? We can probably desynth that because I do have carpentry of level 30. So let's get rid of that while we're here. Why is this called cleaning out your backpack? And you'll note we're starting to get some crafting materials, which in some cases is good and in some cases is bad. This we need, okay? So I'm very happy to see our demi materia coming up. We're going to retrieve that materia. And we'll retrieve it again. Because we don't need all of this old white mage equipment in here. Okay, desynth. As long as we don't desynth the one we're using, we're fine. Desynthesize that. Right, for that we need 30 in our goldsmithing, which we don't have. So we're going to leave that alone. Let's just see if we can find anything else. Fishing rod is carpentry, but that's in a set, so we don't want to destroy that. Iron spear is carpentry, level 16. What is my dragoon currently carrying? Alright, we can happily desynthesize that. So it doesn't matter what your warrior class level is if you're desynthesizing with it. You don't have to be the same class as what you're desynthing. The only thing that matters is your, no, what I just did then, is your crafting level. So we're level 30 in our carpentry. And we are level 30 in our alchemy. So we can now pull a lot of this stuff out of our backpack. I think I returned that other one to the thing. Okay, I'm not desynthesizing these because I'm actually going to use them to earn some free company tickets. I know that's not the word and my brain is getting faulty. Let's go over here to common, free company seals. We've got some space to earn some more and it will be helpful later. So let us see how we've done with consolidating this. Make sure we have our weapon. I didn't accidentally desynthesize it. Yep, good. Yeah, good. Alright. So that looks a lot healthier. I don't think we can desynth anything else using alchemy. I think most of this is armorcraft, blacksmithing, and weaving. So we're just, oh, and leatherwork. So we're just going to have to live with that for the moment. But that is a nice start. And if we jump over here, we'll see we've got some materials. Let me just grab that Amethyst fishing rod and destroy it. Having a little party over here. What have I got in my backpack? Alright, I have some things. Is that an alembic? No, that's armorcraft. Alright, let's sort all this. Jump over to here. Shift Control I to bring up our Chocobo's backpack, which is where I put all the exciting stuff like that. What does this do? It sells for 1200 gil and is market prohibited, so I should probably be selling that to the next NPC seller that I come across. Alright. I'm going to put all of these away just to keep our backpack relatively clear. And I'm looking for these. Level 50 weapon coffer and a Mogpon coffer. I know, that's kind of cute. We are going to have to work out which class we want to put that in. Right. Limbs of Laminza, because we're dropping off the 2 company things we've done. We've done the Echo Drops and we've done the Tarantula. I won't run through everything though, because that is a lot and it will take us freaking forever. And I think we've done a lot of crafting today. Not intend to do that much. We're going to head on over to Vesper Bay and do a little teeny tiny bit of main story quests in a minute. The Arf Castle, jumping on over to there. And we're going to hang a left. And we're going to go and drop off a couple more things. Oh, track rate. What have you got to unlock? Like civilized men and women, Lieutenant Trackrate is looking for a few good soldiers. You're familiar with what transpired at Cartno 5 years ago, ain't you, Sergeant Lenara? Don't mean the goddamn moon cracking open and that thrice-damned primal raining hellfire upon us all. Even folk in the Far East heard that tale, I reckon. What I'm wondering is how knowledgeable you are with regards to the aftermath when the Eorzean Alliance saw fit to settle in and jointly administer the region for the foreseeable future. Waste of time, money and men, most say, what with nothing of value in the Cartno flats, eh? That's the story to which most folk have been privy. The truth, of course, being a fair bit different. In case you ain't yet in the know, Primal's rampage laid bare these Allagan ruins, which no one had even the slightest inkling existed prior to the calamity. It didn't take a bleeding genius to recognise that we'd found something important, and that we'd be fools to let it fall into the wrong hands. The powers that be declared that we protect and study the ruins together, and so we did, till now. Limbs of Laminza, Uldar and Gridania have all formally asserted a claim to the territory. The time for talk has passed. The time for action has come. That being said, we'd be sorry excuse for an alliance if we let this one issue divide us. So while there be fighting, it'll be in accordance with the rules, and hostility shall be confined to the disputed territories, and engagements shall be fought to submission, not death. Remember that when you're on the front line, Sergeant. Beat a man within an ilms of his life if you must, but see that it goes no further. You'll be joining the fight, won't you? A soldier with your talents would make a tremendous difference. What's more, you'll be doing the nation a great service. At least speak with our man at the airship landing before you decide one way or the other. Think on it, Sergeant. That's all I ask. Alright, that is going to unlock another aspect of the game for us. We are here to see the Storm Personnel Officer. We are here to undertake supply and provisioning missions. We have one supply mission. We are going to put in our high quality Echo Drops. We are very sure we want to trade that thing in because it's worth double. So we get 30,000 for just handing it in and 169 seals, and then because it's a high quality we get the next lot as well. So let's double our money. We are now level, well, we went up 2 levels, we're now level 34. We are outstripping our gear though, that's a problem. Now you'll notice it's alchemist level, not the level of the turn-in. So you will only gain the level for the craft or gatherer that you need to do. So let's click on this thing. We're going to right click and left click and gain ourselves some more seals. Boom. Alright, I suppose we should try some expert deliveries to clear out a little bit more of our backpack. Expert delivery missions are available upon attaining the rank of Storm Sergeant 2nd class. Now what are we missing for that? I suspect it's our hunting log. So if we apply for a promotion, you're currently Storm Sergeant 3rd class. To qualify for Storm Sergeant 2nd class, you must fulfill the following requirements. Okay. Oh, well, no, we just have to pay them seals for this one. Woohoo! Alright. Expert delivery missions unlocked. In the name of the Admiral, I hereby appoint you to the rank of Storm Sergeant 2nd class. By this promotion, you are now eligible to undertake expert delivery missions. May you ever serve the best interests of Limsa Lamenza, till sea swallows all. Oh my god, really? Giggle? I know, Misty, you've got to be a lot more dignified than that. Expert delivery missions. To bolster their strength, the grand companies of Eorzea seek donations of rare items. Acceptable items are those which are sellable and whose names are not yellow in their help window. Ethereal gear is an example of such. If you wish to make a donation, speak to a grand company quartermaster to complete the delivery. You will be rewarded company seals for your contribution. Alright, now while there's stuff I want to stick in my armory, this is basically how it works. You jump in here, you go to your supply and provisioning missions, you jump into your expert delivery, and apologies if you already know it. Now, we don't want them to show all items, for God's sake, because some of those items we're wearing. Okay? We want to hide gear set items before we go anywhere else. Alright, and then we want to think twice about some of the things we're going. So, like the hero's earrings, I'm saving all of this up for when I get these classes up to that level. So we don't want to jump those in. Garuda's tail, I'm keeping that because that's going in a glam thing. Ifrit's cane and Ifrit's star globe, ditto. It's a marauder's arm. What level is my marauder? Classes or jobs. Disciples of War and Magic. We haven't picked up Marauder yet. Where'd I pick it up from? I can't remember, so I'm keeping it. Wyvern Spear. You know what? I really don't feel like giving any of these over, to be honest. Patriot's Bracelet. Level 31. Increases Spirit Bond gain. You know what? I could do that, but I don't feel like... I know I'm chickening out. So things like the Dottores Crook and the Dottores Ring Bands are things we could donate as well. Plundered Knives, you just click on it and then you see the seals you'll get and you'll deliver it. I'm actually going to tease that poor man and then I'm going to leave that alone, because before we go anywhere near that, I want to actually go talk to my armory and my glamour chest. Now at this point in time, you cannot store a Realm Reborn dungeon materials in your armory, so you will have to store them as a glamour if you are collecting them, and that's what I'm doing at the moment. The other thing you're going to need if you're going to glamour them is you are going to need some glamour crystals. I think I stick them in my Chocobo. Okay, I have a bunch of clear prisms. That's pretty good. But what I need is the material to turn my clear prisms into glamour prisms. So let's hit that N. Let's type in glamour and see right. Because we haven't done that quest, because we didn't have a crafter of that level. Let's go and unlock that, shall we? Kind of important if you're going to store things. I know, what are we doing? Don't look at me. We're going to go into the Drowning Wench though first, and we are going to put in things like our class gear. So we might not be able to store things as glamours, but we can get a little bit more out of our backpack by retiring to an inn room. Once you have unlocked this, which you will do during your city-state quests, we're going to go over to our... I did forget an important step. We're not going to do that until we've repaired everything in our backpack and in our armory, because otherwise we'll get that frustrating message of you could have stored this if it was fixed. And I don't know about you, but I find that really frustrating. So let's not frustrate ourselves, and we're going to go this way. Alrighty. Into the Ethernet Shard, down to Hawker's Alley. I know there's a lot to remember. We're going to wander on this way. We're going to talk to our independent mender, and we're going to tell him to repair all inventories, not just what we're wearing, but everything. There we go. Alrighty. And then the next thing we're going to do... No, I'm just... Oh my gosh. Yes, I am going to have to stop soon. The clock is reminding me. Then what we're going to do is we're going to head on back to the Mizzenmast Inn. So it's back to the Aft Castle. And then we're going to toddle on down into the... into here. I know I keep hitting the shift key to sprint. Not the right game, girl. Take a quick left up into here. Have a chat with Myson, who laughs at the fact we're going to retire to an inn room for some rest. And what else does he think we're going to do in an inn room? Wow, store an item. Now, normally what I do is I stick, hey, how you doing, NW1994? We're just clearing backpacks because and then I'm thinking we might do a couple of main story quests over in Western Thanalan. Right, normally what I do is I grab things out of my inventory. Out of my armory, and I chuck them in my inventory, which I haven't done today. So there's nothing in my inventory I can store. So we're just going to have a quick trot through here. Paw of the Crimson Cat. I don't have that equipped on anything. That is the weapon you get for Jambian. Hang on. Jabian, I think, is the cat. So we're going to put that one in. You can actually store all of the stuff you get for your yokai event. All of the weapons can be stored. Right, you've just started? Is that wanting or watching? Okay, just grab Control I. The trick with this one is so you don't put something that you're wearing, is you check it. Right, so that one we can put in the armory chest. Wow, why can I store that? Nice. Watching, no, that's alright, I'm a bit dyslexic too, so I do the same thing. That's why I check. No worries. Yeah, I've got a couple of Final Fantasy series. I've got this one, which is just the stream, and there's no chapter indexing. And then I've got the other one, which I actually pre-record, and I index all of the main points in it. And then I've got the ones that are doing just the quest by quest bits, and all you see is the quest and none of this part of the grind. But yes, circlet. So this is one of the, I don't know how many other people actually show this part of the game where you've got the behind the scenes maintenance of everything. Okay, we don't want to, anything that's equipped, we're not doing. That was a bit silly of me. So armory chest, main hand and offhand, we've got nothing we can put in. Head, body and hands, legs and feet. Wrists and ring. So the joy of your armoire is it has all of these tabs. So you can put your gear in. Your dungeon gear at the moment is only high level, so it's from the Dawn Trail dungeons, but they are talking about putting in the lower level dungeons, the Realm Reborn stuff. Seasonal gear is for your events, so you can pop that stuff in. So this is the Yokai Watch event, and anything we get from that we can put in here, so it doesn't need to be in a backpack and we don't need to give it up, which is nice. Achievements, I don't have any achievement gear to put in there yet with this character. Legacy bonus items. Oh, I know what they're from. So because I've subscribed for so long, I've got this mail here, and I'm always a bit scared to open it because it's got all of this gear attached to it. And until recently, I didn't know that I could put it in my armoire. So that's how you do that. Right. We would do Glamour Chest, except that I haven't unlocked the quest, which actually is what we're going to do when we duck over to Vesper Bay. Is we're going to do our Glamour, the quest that unlocks Glamours. Oh, I love this game. I like it so much. I have too many characters. So with my main character, I'm already at the end of the main like Dawn Trail and the quests. And I'm now going back through and rediscovering the allied societies and how they work and I was trying to work out crafting. I've got a better idea of it now, so that's happening. I need to unlock some of the areas and start chasing the shiny weapons, but I haven't started on that yet. But what I love about it is there's so many different little stories all tucked away. You've got this overarching main story quest that's like an epic journey. And then what you've got is you've got these little tiny stories that are like mini stories hidden in the areas. You've got your Moogle stories and you've got your Sylph stories. And then each of the crafting ones, you've got a crafting arc which has a whole bunch of different stories to go with it. So it's really good to see to just get into that part. Yeah, it's huge. I enjoy it. And then of course when you're going through dungeons, like you say, it's awesome to see new people join. Um and to just be there to welcome them in if you can. Um so always cheers me up. Like at the moment, as you can see, it's a little bit quiet here. We're on Zervan, in Materia, which is the quietest server in Oceania, which is pretty quiet to start with. I did start a couple of characters on other servers, sorry, in other data centers, just to see what it was like with a bigger population. That is pretty awesome and overwhelming, but I play a lot here because, well, if everyone goes and starts a character on another data center, you're not going to have anyone here. Where are we going? We're going to Vesper Bay. So yeah, so it's been a bit of a quiet stream. I've been mostly crafting because I have a backpack full of stuff I can't desynthesize, and it was driving me crazy. So I started with the classes that I've been doing the most. All right, so maybe I did do that quest. So why can't I make glamour prisms? Is it because I have not picked up the books? This could be a problem. Let's find out. All right. Into glamoring items. See, now I have been here and picked up this. I have obtained and registered. Oh, I know why I couldn't find it. Yes, this is one of the few words that is not spelt the American way. This is one of the few words that is spelt, I won't say correctly because it will upset people, the British way or the Australian spelling way. Now we've got our things. So to make our glamour prisms, we have 100 clear prisms. We just need to find the bits that go with it. Growth formula gamma. Well, that would level us up nicely. All right. Well, now I know what happened with my glamour prisms. That's good. Yeah. So have you been playing long? Hosan. Greetings. Alphino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I'm honoured to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. My friend, you have not seen the trivialities I've gotten into lately. This is awesome. I knew from a glance what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care. Certainly. They're most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Yozan. He can tell you more. Yeah, so do you have a favourite class? Oh, you had a year's break and just got... Yeah. Yeah, I find if I don't play it for too long, I actually miss it. It's got a really satisfying loop. Do you have a favourite class? Or job? Yozan. Oh, hello there. I'm Yozan, son of Hosan. Will you be coming with us to Uldar? I hear we're travelling by horse-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're queer? Giant birds that people ride like horses. I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Don't worry. I already told them to get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah. The Summoner. The Summoner is actually a really fun class. All right, the Hiding Child. So how far through the story have you got so far? Hey, you're not Yuzan. Who are you? I'm Kaharu, Mistwalker Linara, eh? I don't know what anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're not one of those, stallions, are you? No, scions. Scions. Then you must know Lady Yugiri, right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide and seek, too. Oh, right. It's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Mistwalker Linara. Haha, found you, you little rascal. Are you playing? No fair. Yosan didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horsebed carriage? I don't know. It sounds scary. But if Yosan says it's safe, I'll go. All right, get cracking. All right. Hiding Child. Wow, that's a good way through. Are you enjoying this story so far for Endwalker? And yeah, moving on. How'd you find me? I guess I need to practice more. Not right now, you don't, kid. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Mate, that's why you're so good at hiding and why Lady Yugiri is so serious about it. The end of Endwalker. That is awesome, that one. I see another quest we need to unlock too. Alright, Hosan. Wonderful. All the children are accounted. Hide and seek? I see that you're curious. It's quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. Yeah, there's some good fights coming up in Dawn Trail. Really good fights. So, yeah. I've got to go back to them though. I haven't done them a lot because when I went through it, I went through as a white mage, which meant I was looking up in the top of my screen as opposed to actually at all the tells for the attacks. Yeah, you're excited for it? You should be. It's a really good story and some really excellent fights. So yeah, enjoy those. I should hope those days are behind us, but I nevertheless take comfort in knowing that we're prepared. All right, Yugiri's game. What are we saving for? Hero's Ring of Casting and a Ring of Healing. Let's just go C for character. I want to see if I've got the optimal Ring of Healing. So we've got level 90, level 70, and level 49. So we will pick that one up. Rightio. Let me go C. Whoops. Going to recommended gear. I'm going to equip all of that. I'll have to remember to equip my yokai watch again later. So that's brought our gear level up again. Jewelry is really sneaky. I find it difficult. One of the things I did note, I do have to head out actually very shortly, but one of the things I did note on this page is there's another purple marker. And if we're lucky, that should unlock another one of the dungeons we're going to need a little bit later on. I know, spoilers, but if it saves you some frustration later... Ishtola. Yes, in a titan spot. Ishtola would entrust you with the titanic task of defeating a greatly strengthened titan. So, both Ifrit and Garuda are now vanquished by your hands. truly you've earned yourself a rest. Would that you had the luxury of time to enjoy it. It pains me to say that Titan is also returned, and with a vengeance. As was the case with his primal brethren, he has grown stronger than he was before. When I went about my investigation, all indications suggested that the kobolds were nowhere near ready to resume their summoning rites. But it turns out they were deceiving us. I should have known better. The kobold's subterranean domain runs deep, and they can easily hoard crystals without being none the wiser. And a vast hoard it must have been. Till now, Garuda was the most powerful among the 3 recently active primals, but according to our latest readings, Titan has usurped that honor. A primal's might is determined. Oh, time for the harder fight. Good luck. A primal's might is determined by 2 factors: the amount of crystals it is gorged upon and the fervor of its believers. I would like nothing more than to measure precisely how strong the Lord of Crags has become. This is a good fight, though. But I fear we don't have the time. I've already received an official request for assistance from the Maelstrom, and as you might expect, it is addressed to you. For your previous encounter with Titan, you travelled to his Demesne by way of the Aetheryte, first discovered by the company of heroes. Sad to say, this Aetheryte no longer seems to respond. But do not despair, for the Maelstrom has reportedly found another in its place. You'll want to speak with Commander Ricky at the Maelstrom Command for the details. I cannot stress this enough, but Titan has grown fearsome strong. See to it that you spare no preparation. Yeah, that is definitely one of those harder fights. There's a whole bunch of little things in here too, like just for XP boosting. I'm going to ignore that just for the minute though. When you're doing multi-jobbing, it's oops. I like to save those now for the rest. When I took my first character through, I cleaned up every single side quest I could with her as we went through. Oh, I know, right? His mount is great. I haven't got those with this one yet. Is that the extreme we're just unlocking? Possibly. All right. What are we doing? I know I've run a little over. Actually, I've run a fair amount over time, but that's okay. We were checking in Vesper Bay. We were checking for the quest for the grimoires and the fact we bought them for making the catalysts. We were doing, the next main story quest. What am I thinking? But my voice is about to go, and like I said, I should be heading out. So what I'll do is I'll trot on down to Hozan, and I think in 4 days' time, what I'll do is I'll clean up some of these battles that I've got sitting to one side. So we've unlocked a bunch of dungeons, or we're in the process of unlocking it. So we're not doing that one. Corpse Groom, which is Tamtara Deepcroft Hard. Definitely Pirates, which is Sistasha Hard. Oh, I ran that the other day with someone, and they actually took out the tentacles instead of just focusing on the main boss. That is so much a better way to do it. And it's the first group in like over 20 that have actually focused on the tentacles, like DPSing down the tentacles, and while the tank keeps the boss busy. It was actually really good. I learned something. Yep. So what we might do is we might line up some of these that I've got sitting here blocking my journal. So definitely Pirates is Sistasha Hard. Labyrinth of the Ancients. I know I can't do that and the dungeons at the same time. I'm still queuing for it. I've been queuing for it for 2 hours, but I am on Australian time. It's a Wednesday morning, and I did start before 6 a.m. So, the Ultimate Ballad, Minstrel's okay, that one I always find hard filling. That'll be a different one as well. Blood for Stone, the Stone Vigil Hard. That's a lot of fun. Yeah. King of the Hull is Hullbreaker Island. So we might actually queue in 4 days' time. We might queue those 4, and we'll run some of those. We might also try and we'll do the Titan Hard, I think it is. So that'll be a bit of fun. And then we'll go back to waiting for Labyrinth of the Ancient. But I do think I need to stop now. So, yep. So 4 days' time we have more Final Fantasy 14. In 2 days' time we'll have more Elder Scrolls Online. Tomorrow we'll have some My Time at Sandrock. I don't know if you're into that, but My Time at Sandrock. And in 3 days' time we'll have some Traveller's Rest. But until then, I'll bid you adieu. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging, NW1994. And enjoy the game. Have fun. And I'll see you later. See you next time.